When does the fantasy start?
Turning of the Leaves Festival is essentially the big autumn harvest festival.
Yeah, I ding the bell.
Ah, well done, Gary.
Ding the bell.
I covered a fake elf in disgusting juice.
Well done, Nyla.
Mysteries of the turning leaves. You experience almost that weird sensation of rain just going quiet for just a second. And in that moment, you hear the most sickening, like blood-curdling scream. You see a man in bright blue robes and with a nicely kept, long, dark beard. I am Brother Escobar Albos. When gold light shines, 13 strain against their bonds. Cracks will form. Our final rest must end. In the fire of life, keys will be forged. There will be 7, as before. The tavern isn't particularly comfortable, obviously. It's a bunkhouse more than a room, but it is a more comfortable bed than you had slept in on the way here. Your sleep is relatively good. You bed down in the evening and you kind of find it's quite comfortable. The pillows are quite inviting after the day you've had. You're all obviously quite sodden from chasing people through the rain. You're quite worn out because of the activities of the day. It's been quite eventful. You've not even been together a week yet, and you can't help but feel that something seems to have triggered, and you are, for some reason, a person of interest with just the universe. That's how it seems. That's how it feels. You can't help but think that your life was not this interesting before the events of Final Rest. And as you lie there, thinking this, drifting off to sleep, you hear the whispered words of the soothsayer that you saw. When golden light shines, 13 strain against their bonds. Cracks will form. And I need all of you to make wisdom saving throws. No, will saves.
Is it a mind affecting
It is.
magic?
It is.
Then I have advantage.
I got an 11. just a pass.
I don't remember how it works. Do we have to roll
Under.
under?
Yeah.
We have to roll
Yeah.
under.
I
For
rolled
example-
a 19, which is definitely not under.
I also rolled a 19.
Oh dear.
I rolled an 8.
That is what some would consider a total failure.
Mine was just a regular failure.
Cool. Can you both, the people who failed, roll me a d20?
Okay.
I rolled a 6.
I rolled a 4. Both
Excellent.
numbers that would have been better for the previous roll.
Grand.
Yes. Yes.
You wake up and you have this uneasy feeling that something is following you. And you know that the best way to solve this is to make sure that every door you go through is securely closed.
Okay.
You have a madness.
Right.
Gary, you also
Yes.
have a madness. You are gonna have a difficult time keeping a serious face. Everything just doesn't seem to be quite as profound as everybody seems to be making things out. I think that the kind of quote for this madness trait is particularly good. It says, "My apologies. Please forgive my laughter. In recent times, my sense of levity has become skewed. I understand it is a very serious situation. Do continue."
I think that's what we can all agree is something that Gary would definitely say.
Yeah.
I think it's also the plot of Joker.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's you two have both received madnesses. Nyla, you
Excellent.
wake up. You're fine. No worry about that. And Elias, you also wake up and you feel like that's the best night's sleep you've had in a while.
Nice.
Something of the kind of the rage that's been kind of broiling inside you seems to have abated, and your madness has receded from your mind.
Oh, nice.
Thank God.
So I don't have to murder everyone horribly. That's
Not
good.
anymore.
But
Yay!
you still can if you want to.
Wait,
You don't have to.
You don't have to.
Dealer's choice.
I'm sure I'll maybe get some more madness along the way.
Speaking of madness,
Oh, that's...
there is a rather loud bang on the door of the bunkhouse, followed by it bursting open. Are we ready to go? I said at the credit door,
Christ.
and it is approximately an hour later than I wanted to leave it. I have brought you breakfast. It's on the caravan.
Yeah.
Very well rested. Leave the room.
Yeah, I'm ready to go whenever. I've been sat here for 2 hours already.
I'm just gonna head straight down to the stable and pick up Bear.
Well, very good.
Grendel has just woken up and immediately has this paranoid feeling. He's looking around like, what the hell was that noise? Who the hell's coming in? Oh god, it's Pierre. It's too early for Pierre.
Nyla
Can't
checks her
form
calendar
words
and it's
properly,
like, how many more weeks of this do we have?
So yeah, Pierre arrives and you get on the road. It's still a bit damp. It's raining, not as bad as it was yesterday. But you all saddle up. Luckily, none of the horses that you guys were riding were the ones that got stolen. You start to make your way out of town. You kind of have to go through town, so you go past the carnival. You see that people look a little bit more somber. They've obviously heard that there was a murder. There's you can tell that there's a bit of an edge to the atmosphere now. The music being played isn't quite so loud and not quite so jovial, even though it was this time yesterday in the morning. And you kind of make your way through town without too much problem and set out on the road, continuing north.
So,
Nice.
what form does this breakfast take?
Oh, it's literally just like a bag of some bread and maybe an apple each. It's not like a bacon sandwich or anything. It's just trail rations.
Super basic.
Yeah.
Grandel's just sat in the back, sort of somberly chomping on the same bit of bread for minutes on end, staring out at the back, watching what's coming up behind the cart.
So I mean, the road from Clontum onwards is a lot broader than the road from Final Rest to Clontum. It's broader. It looks much more well travelled. You can already see that you're not the only person on the road. Like there's a couple of other caravans coming back down the road towards you. You're the only one heading north currently, but you expect there'll be more on the way after. And you make good time. Is there anything, unless there's anything anyone particularly wants to do, during the ride? The first day at least, will kind of pass by uneventfully.
No, I'm just going to do a little bit of foraging and maybe some hunting as we're travelling.
Yep.
Just try to get some dinner. Yes?
Yeah, sounds good. Give me wilderness, whatever that's called.
Wilderness law.
That's the one.
That is a success.
Excellent.
no,
Yeah,
no.
you managed to get a couple of rabbits. You
Better
can
than nothing.
catch a couple of rabbits pretty easily. There's no big game, nothing bigger than a rabbit really at the moment in this particular area. It's mainly farmland. There's not too much in the way of trees, other than the Major's Folly Wood, which obviously doesn't have a huge amount of wildlife in it. And your day continues on. Is there any kind of obviously you guys have had a lot happen. Is there anything you kind of wanted to talk about between each other, like go over any of the events of the last few days? Because this is an opportunity for you guys to talk. I'm just going to kind of move time on. The first day is uneventful, as are the next 5 days. It's another 10 days until you get to the next major town. So the next 5 days are going to be pretty much just traveling with nothing much happening. So if there's any kind of conversation you wanted to have, then this is the time.
I don't think there's anything specific Elias wants to talk about. He just quite as aloof as he was, but he's still kind of just generally reserved anyway, so I don't think he's going to be particularly chatty.
I think this new paranoia has kind of made Grandel sort of close up again. Like he was sort of becoming part of the group, taking part of it, but he's just kind of closed up. I think he's mostly staying in the back of the caravan and fiddling with the orb in his bag, and basically keeping to himself at the moment.
Cool.
Gary, we'll want to have a little chat with Nyla.
Are you not a bit worried about this crow man? I heard he takes away children and makes them into birds. Like when I was little, my mum always used to say to me, if you're naughty, that's the crow man will come get you. And I always thought it wasn't real, but that woman died.
Well, firstly, Gary, there are a lot worse things to be than birds. Birds are amazing. They can fly. I mean, that's
they
pretty
can
fun.
fly.
Secondly, I don't want this to come off rude, but I think someone would struggle to steal you away.
What do you mean?
I mean, you're not a child, Gary. You're a full-grown.
I am a big boy.
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. You are
That is true.
a very big boy.
Oh, Nyla.
And third, I think if someone is using this crowman folk tale, then they're just a person dressed up. They're not real. They're just trying to scare people. You don't need to be scared, Gary. We're together. No one's going to take anyone.
I would, yeah. I mean, you watch out for.
Yeah. And don't forget, I'm a good shot. I shoot birds out of the sky all the time. So if he does come for you and he turns into a bird, I can get him.
All right. Well, if I see him, right, I'll just give you a shout and then.
Yeah, you don't need to worry, Gary.
All right. No. Yeah. All right, thanks.
And I will place my hand on Gary's hand and give him a encouraging, comforting smile.
You see Gary blush.
Grandel just hangs out the back of the caravan and sort of leans out and says, "You'll be fine, laddie, as long as you don't get cursed."
I'm just gonna shoot a look to Grandel. Just shake my head.
Shoot Grandel.
Yeah, shoot
That's
Grandel.
right, I said, cursed. I see you.
You're not helping, Grandel, but thank you for your
Cursed. And Grendel just sort of he does that thing where he points at his own eyes and then points at your eyes and then just closes the curtains of the caravan. Cursed.
But his little feet are still sticking out underneath the curtain.
He's barefoot, big hairy toes.
Lovely. Don't listen to him, Gary. There's no such thing as curses. He's just trying to scare everyone. I say very loudly.
It's working.
Don't worry about him. No one's going to hurt you. No one's going to hurt us. We can take whatever life throws at us. And we've got Bear. Like, you know, he's not going to let anything bad happen to you. He likes you.
He's quite scary too, to be fair.
Yeah.
I look over at Elias. What's Elias doing right now?
Reading his journal.
Nerd.
Nerd alert. I'm sat in the front with whatever his name is.
P
Yeah.
Master General.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I think probably the travel is kind of like that a lot of the way. After I said 5 days, I think actually after 3 there is a split in the road in front of you, and Pierre is like, "Oh, we'll go this way. It's a little bit quicker." And you turn down the road that's not quite so like prominent and well worn. It's still a kind of a main looking road. It's just a little bit overgrown on the sides of the road, and it's the one more east. And you head on down there, and again, nothing really much happens. At the end of your 4th day, you make camp, you bed down, and you wake up ready to kind of get on with the rest of the week, rest of the day's journey, and Pierre, you notice, has changed the covers of the caravan back, the wagon back, to the dull colours, not the bright purple that he normally is, and he's wearing much more muted tones as well.
Expecting any trouble down this route? Yeah.
Not exactly. The folk that live in the next village are, shall we say, simple comparatively. They are quite a superstitious lot. They're quite closed in their mindset, let's put it that way. And it's just a bit easier for us if we don't look like the type of trader that I, in fact, actually am.
That makes sense. I glance at Gary and Nyla at that point.
It'll be fine. They're harmless folk, just a little bit set in their ways, shall we say? We won't be staying the night, though. We'll camp the other side of the town.
Now, what is the name of this town?
Pineborn?
I want to slowly put up my hand like I'm asking a question. And just go, do I need to worry about Bear if we're going into this place?
Might be better if he's in the back of the wagon.
I touch the back of the wagon, so he like jumps up like a circus cat.
Nice.
And he jumps on Crandall.
And he just goes. He just goes.
Yeah, big softy. I give him a good scritch.
Cool. Yeah. So Pierre's in his boring clothes, as he refers to them, and you set off. It's not as early as it normally is when you kind of start traveling. No, what am I talking about? It's a little bit earlier than it would normally be when you start traveling. Obviously, in the effort to try and get there and out the other side before nightfall, because Pierre doesn't want to stay in this village overnight for some reason. It takes about half the day before you spot the village. Nyla, you're probably the one that sees it first. And it's quite a small village, maybe 20 houses. And it looks very quiet. You can't figure out if you can see. You can't think. It looks really quiet. You don't think you can actually see anybody kind of about in the village, and it looks just dark. It's still a bit drizzly. It's not particularly nice weather at the moment, and the closer you get, the more obvious it becomes that the village is silent. And quite quickly you realize that some of the houses have been burnt out completely. And the village looks like it's been raided and completely ravaged. There's nothing left as far as you can see before you get into town. You can see that some of the houses are merely just skeletal forms, still smouldering. And probably only really Grandel, I would say, recognizes this as looking like it's... And maybe Gary would kind of know the stories. It looks like a Scorn raid has hit this village. And if that's the case, there won't be anything here at all.
Stink of magic in the air.
No.
Kind of leaned into Pierre. Pierre is just what it normally looks like.
No. Gary.
Right.
It's
Okay. Interesting.
Does it look like freshly burnt, Jack?
Give me wilderness law.
I shall. That is a 13, so that's a pass.
Yeah, you think maybe in the last couple of days, some of the building is still like... There's some bits that are still smouldering where it's obviously taken a while to burn down. But with it having been quite rainy, that's why there's not been much smoke in the air or anything. You would have thought you'd have been able to see the smoke. But you think it's probably because of the rain.
Can I do detection to see which way they headed once they were finished here?
Mm-hmm.
That is a 19, which is another failure. Boo.
You don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm just going to draw my bow and have it ready.
Mm-hmm.
Thing going on? Any sound of movement or any wildlife or anything?
There is the occasional rustle of movement
From whereabouts?
just from in the buildings. What is left of them.
Do you want a SWAT team, Grandel?
I want a bloody great crossbow. All right. I would like to light a torch, and presumably it's quite dark in the buildings that we're hearing these sounds from. They're all sort of burnt out, but
Yeah, they're all burnt out.
yeah, I light a torch in order to see what I can see inside. Just want to step just within the doorway.
Yeah,
of one of
so
them.
Pierre will have left the caravan kind of out of town, and he probably would have kind of ushered you in to make sure it's safe to keep on moving through the town.
Yeah.
Cool.
It may be a good idea if Gary doesn't come with us if they've just been attacked by Scorned.
What if you get attacked?
Then I'll shout really loudly.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess it's just you and me then, Pierre. This is quite the scary situation. Oh, he wipes a tear away from his eye.
I'm going to bring Bear with me into town.
I want to just casually pull up a random flower from the side of the road, and I want to sort of palm it in such a way that I hand it to Gary, as if I've always had it, I just go, here you are, laddie. Just keep that in your pocket. That should keep you free from curses, all right? And I give him a sort of a good dwarven grin and a wink.
This rock keeps away tigers.
Yeah. Apart from Bear, obviously.
No, he's
Looks
coming
at
with
you
us. That's why he's come with us. He can't stand like magic
Yeah, the
flowers.
rock.
So
Looks at you with a genuine look. He's like, thanks, Grendel.
That's all right, lad. See you in a moment. And we head off.
So you'll get into the town, and obviously Grandel, you said you strike the match, probably the flint that lights up the torch.
Yeah.
And as you do that, a couple of things happen. There's a kind of really unsettling, like screechy noise. You see several sets of yellow eyes, and everyone needs to roll initiative.
Oh, well, that didn't last.
Goody.
Sorry, Gary.
Gary can run after us. He's not that slow.
Yeah.
Oh man, initiative.
Yeah, how do we do initiative again? I've completely
So
forgotten.
everyone
Just
make a dex check.
Dex.
Okay, cool. Dex check.
I succeeded.
Sweet.
I
got
rolled a 10. I was looking to beat a 15, so I succeeded.
Great success for Elias.
great success for Nyla. Oh, I should do one for Bear as well. Bear gets an even greater success than me. He got 3.
So from the house, a little swarm of rats, giant rats, burst forth and attack you at the sight of the fire. And Elias and Nyla, you guys get to go first because you got total successes, or great successes. So you guys get to go first, and obviously you can decide between yourselves who goes in what order.
Do you mind if I send Bear in first, Elias?
Did Bear get
Yeah,
a
they've got-
Bear
great
Bear rolled
success as well?
a 3. Yeah.
I think it makes sense for Gary to go last. Right.
Yeah.
Sure. Perfect. I'm going to send in Bear then, if you're
Cool.
okay with that, John.
Yeah. Go for
So
it.
yeah, Bear runs in to attack one of the rats, I guess.
Cool.
So, Jack, how many are there, and how big is giant in this particular case?
In this instance, about the size of a cat, like a large cat, like a big, like nasty tomcat type size.
Yep.
And currently you can see about 10 of them.
Oh, goody.
Mm-hmm. So a few.
Did we get to level 2? Sorry.
Not yet.
No, yeah.
No.
Excellent. Okay, fine.
We're still progressing.
So Bear got a 10 plus 4 for his first claw attack, which is 14.
That is enough.
That's enough. So that is D4. Oh, damn it, you told me to prep dice and then I put them away again because I'm a moron. There we go.
Good job. Good job.
Yeah,
You're
I'm really organised.
Nice, Jack. God.
So that's 4 damage of the first attack.
Cool. That kills a rat.
Okay, he goes for another one then. Oh, I've dropped my dice. I think
That's
the second
what
one's
dice
not going to hit
problems.
because that's an 8. I doubt that will hit.
It does not.
And this last one, he rolls a 1. So no, he doesn't bite anything.
Doesn't buy anything.
No.
Cool. So he kills a rat.
Yep.
Who's going next?
Go on, John.
Well, I I cast Insidious Slumber,
Oh,
so I'm going to try and target as a large a number of these as I can. It's a 15-foot radius area of effect.
Yeah, you'll
is that
probably
going to
get.
include
You'll probably
me
get
and Bear?
Well, it affects the lowest hit dice creatures first, anyway.
Okay.
You will
So-
get most of them.
So it's 10 hit dice worth of creatures fall asleep.
Wow.
So 8 of them fall asleep.
Nice. And I'm going to roll on the Dark and Dangerous Magic. Dealey.
Yay! What's it up to now?
Yay.
4 or 5?
Oh, well, it was a 5, and I rolled a 4. So
Oh, no.
Give me that percentile.
Finally happened.
fuck. Right.
I've been waiting for this.
We've all been waiting for it.
86.
I don't like that.
I'm
That's
excited.
the year I was
Oh,
born. That's not
fucking
good.
Find it.
I cast a random spell. There is a 50% chance that the spell targets you or is centered on you.
Cool.
And
So
either
give
time-
roll percentile then, and under 50 it will hit you or on you, and over 50 and it will hit. It will cast elsewhere.
2.
So it's centered on you, and how many spells do you have?
4.
Cool. Give me a D4. Assign each of them numbers, and then roll a D4.
I mean, it doesn't say that the spell
Has to be one
has
that
to
you
be one of
know.
mine.
Oh
Yeah.
shit, that's a very good point. Cool.
It just says a random spell.
in
There is
that-
actually a tab next to it with
Cool.
the number
let
2.
me just. What number is? What page is it? Dark and Idris.
83.
And do you cast? It was an.
So I roll a d8, and then that says. There's actually, yeah. So if you look on page 84, down the bottom, it says roll a d8.
Oh yeah, roll a D8. Cool, roll a D8 then.
8. Flesh to stone.
Oh, shit.
That doesn't sound good.
That sounds perfect.
Flesh to stone, level 6. The spell transforms flesh into stone.
I mean, it does what it says on the tin.
That's not what I was expecting at all. That's bizarre.
Is there any sort of resistance to that?
There's a luck con save.
Well, why don't you make a good luck concept?
And does it just affect you?
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
Yes.
I get
thank God.
disadvantage on like luck con saves. So
Duration permanent until dispelled.
Mm,
We're gonna
the magic user
Elias.
turned to stone.
Oh my God.
I guess we could put him in the back of the cart.
I rolled a natural 20. I'm going to use one of my re-rolls. That is a 9, which is enough.
oh thank God.
Christ.
Blimey.
Can you imagine? I cast Insidious Slumber, and then it's just like his hand outstretched, and and you turn around and he's just a statue. You're like, what the fuck?
We're only fighting rats. How did this happen?
I like the idea that obviously John kind of utters this word and all these rats just kind of take a couple of steps and fall to the ground and sleep, and then you kind of see that his like hand starts to like solidify, and like you see the kind of stone dust start falling off it as his hand begins to like turn to stone, and you almost can see the look of concentration on Elias's face as he kind of stares at it, and it just very, very slowly kind of abates, and his hand is left as flesh again.
And I just very, very slowly exhale.
That could have been really bad.
That could have
That
been
could have
very
been.
bad.
So
Very bad.
there's one rat that is not asleep.
I will fire my bow. That's an 18 plus
It's a
numbers
hit,
3.
That's a hit. Yeah, that's a hit.
So 1d8. 4 damage.
It dies.
Yay.
Gary, did you pass your save
4.
for Dex for initiative?
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah. I
Okay,
did,
cool.
yeah.
It's your turn then.
Excellent. I kind of amble over.
Bob,
'Cause
bob, bob,
obviously
bob, bob.
Yeah. And like look
Oh
at
wait,
the-
no, Grandel, did you get a Dex? A pass?
I did succeed, yes.
Everyone
Oh, sorry.
succeeded. Yeah.
I didn't. It might be Grandel's go then. Whoever-
Well, it's either of us, but
yeah.
I think
Yeah, you can go.
Gary is further away. So, yeah, I'm gonna throw my light axe or whatever rat I can still see that's still awake.
All of them are asleep now.
In that case, I'm gonna walk up and start stabbing them to death with my daggers.
Cool.
Just coup de grace them,
Yep.
as it were. Do I need to roll for that, or can I just dispose of
I
rats?
don't think you do have to. Is there a mechanic in Insidious Slumber, John?
No, it just says the targets are put to sleep. Lowest hit
Cool.
dice first. Targets of 5 or more aren't affected.
I would say, and then no, there is not a roll. You just have to roll damage.
Cool. So that's 1,
Cool. You can kill one of them.
3,
You kill a second one.
4,
Kill another one.
4.
How many attacks do you have?
I don't know. How many am I allowed to do? Are we still in initiative? If
Oh,
they're-
yeah. No, sorry. That's why I was like, Jesus. Yeah, we're still in initiative.
Okay. I mean, okay, so 2 of them are dead, I think.
Okay, cool. I was like, I just didn't even think about it, and then suddenly I was like, wait.
12 attacks.
It's been a long time.
Nothing's happening. They're all asleep. Stab, 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 stab.
Yeah, that's
Still
fair
all
enough.
dead.
I was just really like, what?
I'm gonna play it my way.
So now it's Gary's go.
Just going to amble over. I don't see any particular danger. If one gets within my reach, I like snap its neck.
Cool.
But
You can.
I don't see any particular reason to run over.
No,
burst
they're not
into
that
rage or
far
anything.
away, to be honest. You can get there. You can probably attack one of them.
Yeah. I
What's
will.
your- what's
I
your
do.
damage?
I am. Oh yeah. I don't need to. It's a 7. No.
Yeah, you
8.
you murder one horribly.
Yay.
Cool.
Smash.
It's now their go.
Right.
The corpses begin to like shake
Mm.
and kind of like they don't look very good. They're kind of like almost like writhing, and out of these rats burst out these flying insects, which
Oh dear.
fly towards the people who are up close, which is Gary and Grandel
And Bear.
and Bear. So there's 6 of them, and there will be 2 on each. These things.
Grendel just takes a moment to lean back to the rest of them and says, "This place is cursed."
These things are not particularly pleasant.
No.
I know, right? Yeah, you wouldn't have thought it.
You mean they're not
How
cute,
big are they?
fluffy flying insects that have burst out of the corpses
They
of rats?
are.
Yeah.
They are only just a little bit smaller than the rats themselves.
Okay.
Do they have
They're
anime
very-
eyes?
They're wearing rat suits.
They're little like they look like big kind of mosquito-y type things. I got a nat
Ew.
20 on one of my rolls.
Who are you
Which
putting it on?
Doesn't mean anything. The first 2 were for Bear, so I hit Bear twice.
Oh no.
Cool. So these 2 rather unpleasant-looking mosquito-y type things pierce Bear's sides with their kind of nasty, long little like stinger-type nose things.
Proboscises.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a good word.
He takes 4 damage,
Okay.
and then they kind of like land on him and latch on.
Gross.
Yeah.
And they look like they're still kind of having a good suck, as it were.
Awesome.
We then have 2 that attack Grandel.
Mhm.
One is 13.
That's the hit.
The other one is 7.
That is not a hit.
So that is 3 damage. It latches onto you. The other one doesn't
Yeah.
manage to hit you. And then the last ones are on Gary. That is an 18 and an 8.
That'll hit. The
So
second
again,
one won't.
3 damage to Gary, and it latches onto you.
You see a look of fear in Gary's eyes happens which is quickly overtaken by a look of pure fury as he bursts into a rage in reaction to that damage.
Nice.
So I only take 1 damage.
Nice. And then it's top of the round. So it's you guys go again. Wait, do we do
Oh, yeah.
initiative
Initiative.
every time? Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Or a 1 for me and 1 for Bear. Oh, that's pretty
So
good.
Do we
Uh,
round?
No, it
do we
wasn't as
round
bad.
up? Do we round up for damage or round down?
I would round down.
Okay, 1 it is.
I succeeded at initiative.
Nice.
Bear and I both got great successes.
Nice.
Regular success.
Cool.
Regular success.
Cool. So Bear and Nyla go first.
Is there a way that Bear can like reach round and try and pull one out of his fur, like with his mouth?
It can, but there's a -2 penalty to hit it.
Okay. In which case, he's going to give it a go because, like, he's an animal. It's a reaction, right? So
Mm-hmm.
Now
makes
you're
sense.
role playing.
I'm natural 20 for Bear,
No.
Hey,
Nice.
so I'll make that as a bite attack. Yeah. Fuck me. That's 16 damage on one of them.
It goes splush. It dies.
I should bloody hope so. And he has like claw attacks as well, but I assume he would just try and like bite. So I'll say that's his round because it's an awkward.
Yeah, it will be quite difficult for him to claw them, I think.
So and is there a way that Nyla can get a shot off without hurting anyone?
Yeah,
on the
so
ones which are.
it's the same -2 penalty to attack.
Okay.
And if you can either take a -2 penalty to hit, or you can attack anyway, but have a 25% chance of accidentally injuring both the bug and the host.
I will take the -2 because I don't want to hurt Bear. But that's a miss. That's a 3.
Okay. So that's your guys go, and now something that hasn't happened before in this game, because we have people that have total successes and people that have regular successes. This is the round at which the boss gets to go.
What?
So a much larger rat, probably about the size of a wolf, comes out from behind the kind of in the depths of the building. He leaps into the fray. Yeah, and they're going to do a bite on. Let's go with who was closest. Probably Bear, unfortunately. Sorry. That is only a 2 though, so it's fine.
No, he's good.
I hope Bear's got a better AC than 2. That's all it can do. And it is now the regular guys go.
Oh, it's a cool nickname.
So who's going to go first? Elias, Gary, or Grandel?
I will do the honors if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
I will grab the mosquito out of my chest and attempt to rip it out and then basically rip it in half with my bare hands.
Okay.
In a barbarian style attack.
You may
if
do
you'd
that.
like to tell me that would include or
Give me an
involve,
attack roll.
I will. That is a 20 unnatural.
Cool. Yeah, that'll do it. How much damage have you got?
Unarmed? What would unarmed be?
It's strength modifier.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
probably.
quite a lot. What,
Yeah,
D4, do you think?
Yeah, that's probably do it.
As a 4,
You rip it in
plus
half.
5.
You rip it in half even more than you did previously.
Absolutely. Smashing. And I make off running towards the giant rat.
How many
Frothing
turns
at
do
the
you
mouth.
have? How many attacks do you have in your turn?
I have 2, but only because I have 2 axes. But I'm currently
Oh,
but
yeah,
I
you
get
haven't
the
drawn
axes
them
out,
yet.
so I wouldn't imagine that would count as a second attack. But on
Cool.
my next round,
Cool, that's fine. You can head towards the giant rat, so you can kind of probably position yourself between it and Bear to an extent, or kind of get up to it. It's all close together, so you wouldn't have too much trouble getting to it.
would I have the movement to jump on its back?
You can try.
I will, and I do. What, Dex, you think?
Yes, probably.
As a 2.
Great
Yeah,
success.
you can jump on its back. No problem.
And then we'll deal with that next round, I guess.
We will indeed. Grandel or Elias?
I will let Grandel go first.
Okay. Grandel, I think, is gonna. He's got this thing sticking out of his chest, but he sees this giant rat. He's gonna turn and throw his light axe straight at the thing's head,
Cool.
and that is 18 on the dice. That's 20 unnatural.
That hits.
D6. 2, so it's 4 damage altogether.
Okay,
Reading it
that's
wrong.
a bit better.
Mm.
Cool. That's all good. And we will get to Elias in a moment.
Actually, sorry, for my second attack,
Oh, you have 2 attacks. Yes, that's fine.
I do. Can I just try and rip the thing off my chest?
You can.
So -2.
Yeah.
That is a 6 altogether.
Not enough, unfortunately.
Cool. Then I am all done.
So who still has one of the beasties attached to them? So we've
Bear
got one on
and
Bear.
Grandel.
Okay. I cast another spell.
Oh God. It's
called-
reset though now, hasn't it? So.
It has reset.
Yeah.
Called Lash of Unerring Pain.
Oh wow.
This spell conjures a tendril of life-leeching energy, and the tendril stretches out from the caster's hand and automatically strikes one or more visible creatures. At my level, I can only cast 1 lash. So I'm going to hit the creature that's attached to Grandel.
Cool.
Okay.
It automatically hits, and it does. Oh, nice. 5 damage.
It dies.
Woo. Nice. And I'm going to roll on the Dark and Dangerous Magic table.
Good luck with that.
Oh my fucking Christ, it's a 1.
Are you actually serious?
Oh my.
That's amazing.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Maybe you
Christ.
shouldn't cast so many spells.
Well, I think that might be the
Give me
the
that
result
percentile.
of having
You
this
now,
thing twice.
You know, evil, dark, and dangerous
I'm
magic is
ready
now
for
like
it.
buses.
I'm so excited.
Wait 5 weeks and then 2 turn up at once.
69, dude.
69.
Nice.
What's the best number?
Void pulse. A wave
Oh my
of
God.
dissonance resonates outwards from you. All creatures within a 20-foot radius, including you, must make a luck con save or be knocked prone.
Thanks, Grandel.
Who's the other one? Elias.
Elias, sorry. Not
It's not
Grandel.
my fault. I
I'm
had
so
the thing
mad.
on me, but I
I was
it
so
wasn't my
mad.
fault.
No,
So
it's
thanks,
positive.
Grandel.
That was a Freudian slip.
Thanks,
She got
Grandel.
really angry and shouted at the person that she's most angry with in general.
Let me just
A luck
confirm this. It's
one.
our luck number plus our constitution
If
modifier.
you
Yes.
want to
Under
make
that.
it, you haven't got to do the check. You can just fall prone if you want to.
Do we lose luck if we beat it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just fall over.
Yeah, you're knocked prone.
Oh,
Ah,
fine.
Yeah,
Screw it then.
I'll take it on.
Yeah.
I'll take it on the chin.
So you're no
Chin.
longer on the rat.
Fine.
I did it and succeeded.
Cool. Lower your luck bar.
I'll make
Yep.
one for Bear as well, I guess.
My luck is now 10.
Bear,
are you
roll the
getting
6.
knocked prone, John? Me? John? Elias?
Elias is being knocked prone, yes.
Cool.
I already burnt one resisting the
Yeah.
stone
Oh,
effect.
good
yeah,
call.
of course. And Bear managed to stay up, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that. Let me do a check. Cool. The sturge is still attached to him.
God damn it.
That's what these
What
are.
about
by
the
way, they're sturges.
rat bear?
Rat bear falls over as well. And now it's now the rats go. Oh, those rats! If they're hit by this void pulse, they all wake up.
No, because it didn't do any damage.
Ah, cool. That's fine. They just get pushed.
Well, unless you want to, obviously.
No,
Well,
it
Yeah, the
makes sense.
DM decides.
It makes sense that that there's no damage, so they wouldn't be woken up. That's all good. So it's now the Sturges go, which is for what they are. The one on Bear is still attached and therefore sucks some blood.
No.
And it does 3 damage.
Damn.
And that is its turn. We then have one attacking Grandel.
Mhm.
That got a nat 1, so that misses horribly. And
Awesome.
the one that was attacking what's his face?
Gary?
Gary is going to attack Elias instead.
His
'cause
name
he's
is
now
Gary.
closer. I don't know why it won't stay in my head. It's really annoying me. The one that
Write
was
it in
attacking-
front of you.
The one that was attacking Gary is now going to attack Elias because he's closer. And that was
The
a
one
5.
that was. Oh, sorry, I had 2 on. 2
Yeah, but you only
fighting
had
me.
1 stuck to you, so you
Which
then
I
ran
killed.
away from it. So
I did kill it.
what? The one? No, yeah, but there was 2 attacked you. You only killed 1 of them.
Right. Sorry.
Only 1 hit you, which is why
Yes.
it was attached to you. But it doesn't matter. It misses anyway. So very little happens. And it's now top of the round. Everyone rolling. Oh wait, did anyone fail their initiative?
No.
No.
Cool. In that case, it's top of the round.
Woo.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm rolling quite well on initiative.
This time I failed.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I rolled a 9 under 15. So yes, I do pass.
Nyla got a
Great
great
success.
success. Nyla got a great success, and Bear just got a success.
Cool. Elias.
Great success.
Cool. Elias and Nyla get to go first.
Gary?
Just got a regular success.
No, I missed that.
What does being prone do?
You have to get up.
You don't have to, but
It makes you much, much shorter than you were.
do you want to go first, Elias?
Yeah, well, I'm going to stand up and then I'm going to attack the one that's now on me with my spear.
-2 to hit.
Safe bet.
Is it actually attached to me?
Oh no, it's not. Sorry, no, it's not.
It's a 12 plus nothing.
You hit it.
Nice. I do 6 damage.
It dies.
Nice. That is my go. It is complete.
I'm gonna fire at the one that's on Bear again.
Cool. That is -2.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, it's a natural 19. So 4 damage on the one on Bear.
Cool. It dies.
Perfect. That's all I needed anyway.
Cool. Was that the 2 that were on the top end?
Great successes. Yeah.
So now on to the dire rat, which is going to make an attack against Gary.
Bring it.
That is a 16
Bring it, coward.
on the dice.
I'll do it.
It's sprung.
That's 6 damage, Gary.
So that's 3 damage.
And can you roll me a percentile, please?
Sure. I rolled 68.
Ooh, that was good.
1 off. Am I right, John?
Yeah, right. You're not wrong, Mark.
Cool. You do not contract a disease.
Excellent.
Well done.
Thanks.
Good
And
space.
I've got something against
it's
disease.
everybody else's go. No, it's not. That's a lie. Everyone
Gary.
apart from it's Gary's go. Gary and Bear.
Excellent. Cool. I stand up
Cool.
and attempt to cleft it in twain.
Do that.
Twice. I do.
That's been
Uh,
quadrant.
10 with the first attack,
It is not enough.
Boo.
and then the second attack's at disadvantage. The lowest would be 16.
That hits.
Excellent. I rolled an 8. Plus Yes. So 13 damage.
You cut his head off.
It's a big hit.
That's a big
You
hit.
killed it.
But
Excellent.
Good work.
Bear.
what's still around him
There
that he can?
are 4 sleeping rats, and there's a sturge kind of hovering around Grandel.
He'll go for that one then. Because he loves Grandel. He loves him so much, guys.
That's been established.
That's 15 to hit,
That hits.
Nice.
and that is 5 damage.
He kills it.
Perfect. And then he's just going to go and attack the sleeping ones if that's all that's left. He's got 2 more attacks. So that's an 18. And then that second one is like a 9. So
Cool. Yeah. And that is all the rats. The sleeping ones you can dispatch without too much problem. None of more of the sturges burst out of them. You're all good.
Who's a good kitty? Who's a good kitty? And I give him a piece of beef jerky.
he's
Gary's
also
Gary's still,
customary.
Gary's still just chopping at the one on the floor, screaming.
I'm going to run over to Bear and check his wounds because he took a bit of a hit.
Yeah, he looks fine. If give me wilderness law though, just to see how you think he's feeling.
I'm going to be overprotective mom. Just be like, they hurt my bit. Oh, fuck, I damn. That's a, not a terrible failure, but a failure.
You're worried about him, obviously, because he
Yeah.
had those things stuck on him, and you feel like you remember hearing somewhere that sometimes when the sturges get on them, it can cause a blood disease.
Oh, no. I'm just going to be like looking in his eyes, like checking they're not changing color, like checking his breathing, just like properly mothering him.
Cool.
Would you like me to have a look, Nyla?
As like a single tear rolls down my cheek. I was like, yes, please. That would be lovely.
I'd like to do an apothecary
You may.
on the beast.
Pay no attention to
Gary's
me.
busy.
Focus on the tiger.
That
Silence
is
that.
an 8, which is exactly what I need for a great success.
Cool. It's completely fine. He's been hurt, but he hasn't got a blood disease. He's fine.
Cool. I'd like to check anyone else that was bit as well. The
Yeah.
Grandel,
Oh,
Gary.
Randall and Gary were both bitten.
let him check.
So you check Bear and you just go like, but don't tell Nyla who's crying over her tiger.
I don't look concerned. I got a natural 1 for Grandel.
I'm the healthiest I've ever been.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't have a blood disease either.
I got 19 on Gary, so as far as I'm concerned, he's dying.
Well, Gary will continue to chop this thing until the say that his rage. ends,
He's
basically.
going to continue to chop at it until he has a blood disease.
Yeah, he's screaming. I should have also had advantage on that percentile dice because score get advantage on checks against.
Oh,
Just say
fair
yes.
enough. Good to know.
That's better.
Yeah, so
Everybody's going to be fine, so I wouldn't worry about any diseases.
you were lucky, but yeah.
Oh,
Genuinely,
that sounds
the
great.
disease.
I don't know
that-
why,
that-
but
oh.
something in the back of my head just says that we were quite lucky.
The just as a kind of the disease that the giant rat has, it depletes your constitution score over time, and when you get to 0, you die.
Nice.
Yeah, con not important for barbarian con, is it? Like, so it's
Or to
fine.
anyone that wants to live.
Yeah, people who are alive.
I imagine Gary has quite good con, so it'd probably take a while to kill him.
He's got a pretty good con.
Yeah.
Quite constituted.
Someone give me detection or
Nah.
perception.
I can do that.
I'll let someone else that's skilled do that.
I'll let Grandel go.
No pressure.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've got good perception, but you go for it.
Oh, that's a 2. That's a great success.
Wow, awesome.
There is a very faint sound of crying coming from one of the other buildings.
Does it sound like a human, like a intelligent person crying, or does it sound like some sort of wounded animal?
It's definitely humanoid, like person-y, kind of like I'm sad, I'm crying, or I'm injured, I'm crying type thing. It's not like a weeping animal. It's definitely people sounds.
I'd like to creep up towards the sound without being detected. If I can make a stealth check.
You can make a stealth check.
I will do that then. That's 16, which is just a success.
Yeah, cool. You slip into the shadows and creep towards it.
Yeah, as I'm approaching, do I see anything through like broken windows or sort of burned down walls that have opened up?
Yeah. So as you approach, it's kind of, as I said, it's a bit of a grey day. It's afternoon, but it's quite dark out anyway. And you kind of peer over, like through a gap in one of these burnt out houses, through a gap in the wall, that maybe used to be a doorway or something, but it's kind of collapsed. And you see a child. Like, it's definitely a small humanoid, kind of in a ball, kind of, like hugging its knees type thing.
Okay.
It looks filthy, like really gross. Like, it's a nasty looking, like it's got like leathery skin and maybe a bit of a hunchback. It's like, it looks like it's even from the back in this like kind of dim light, it looks like it's deformed maybe.
Okay. I am gonna continue to be stealthy and creep back to the group and just relay what I've seen. Like, I think it's a child, but I'm not best for dealing with youngins, so, one of you lot can see what you can see.
I'll sing Gary's special song to calm him down, to get him out of his rage.
I would have ended by now. I turn around to you, Grendel, caked in blood. Do you want me to go speak?
Honestly, I don't see a problem with that. Does anybody else see a problem with that? I mean, that'll be all right, won't it? Gary's friendly.
Yeah, Elias, I think this is probably more your territory.
I look at my character sheet and remember that I got a charisma of 5.
Oh.
And I look at Gary, covered in blood, and I still think he's the better suited person.
Yeah, same Gary. That sounds fun.
On you go, lad.
Yeah, okay, go on. Right, yeah, no worries. Put my X's away and kind of walk up there.
Before he goes, I take like my sleeve and I like wipe just the blood on his face away.
Cool. Yeah, you can. Are you trying to be quiet, or how are you approaching this, Gary? Do me some role playing.
I'll be I'll kind of not necessarily sneak. I don't want to like run in there, burst open the door. You're right. So I guess I'll kind of walk over there. I'll leave my axes behind and knock on the door.
So it's kind of a rundown building. Grandel was like looking through a gap in one of the like what used to be doors, but it's kind of more like open. You can kind of just walk around the wall and get to the person. Sorry, I didn't explain that very well.
Okay. I'll kind of put my head around.
Are you okay?
This like little like sobbing creature.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right. There's no need to be frightened.
It'll turn its head to you, and it looks at you, and it's kind of gross looking. This kid, it's got like one like large eye, one much bigger than the other, and you think it's a fish eye, maybe? Like it doesn't look like a normal eye. It's kind of gross. It's the skin is kind of miscolored. Like it looks like it's kind of almost got like a greeny kind of tint to its like really sallow, leathery skin. And as you kind of say hello to it, it like looks up at you, and you see its mouth is kind of full of small little pointy teeth, and it like unfolds itself from its little like bundle and like pushes itself into the corner, and you can see that it's kind of wearing rags, but it's got like long, thin, sinewy legs with big feet, and one of its arms looks like it ends in like a tentacle rather than a hand.
Okay. I can see that I kind of look back at the guys with a look of sort of concern and fear.
Okay, well, I'll approach at that. If Gary's scared, then I want to see what's scaring him.
What's your name?
It's
How do you spell that?
Sure. Well, I'm Gary. It's nice to meet you, I suppose. Can you walk?
It's just pushed up against the back wall, just kind of pushing itself away from you.
Right. Does it look like a child?
It's definitely a child of
something.
Something, yes.
Okay. Are there any identifying marks on the rags?
No, they're just like brown cloth.
Okay.
Are you hungry? Hold out some like pack rations. I'll just kind of like place it on the floor, kind of like step back away from it.
It does that kind of very stereotyped thing of like creeping forward ever so slightly enough to be able to like reach out with this tentacle, which kind of stretches out and grabs it, and then it pushes itself back into the corner again.
Right.
Elias, I assume you would have gotten to them by now. Can you do me a knowledge check? What of the laws do you have?
All of them, bar wilderness.
Give me...
So I've got arcane, animal, divine, and general.
Give me arcane law, please.
It's a great success. Has this boy been twisted by magical effects?
No.
No.
This boy is an ergot. This boy is an ergot, which is essentially they're kind of abominations of. I mean, yes, they kind of have been twisted by sorcery, but like they're the descendants of the people that were twisted by the sorcery that happened in the calamity.
Mm-hmm.
So they're kind of like the leftovers of the folly of magi, the catastrophic magics that happened back then. The people that survived and were twisted, when they then had children, this is the creatures that they became. They're normally vicious. They travel in packs, and they are scheming and intelligent, and they're just horrible. They are.
So they're just inherently evil.
Generally, that's how they're considered by most scholars. Yes.
I kind of look at Elias for not half reassurance and half like a look of fuck is that?
Gary, this is an ergot. They're the descendants of the people that were left behind at the time of the folly. Very unusual to encounter one on his own. which worries me that there might be more around.
Right.
Well, what do we do about this one? I mean, they're dangerous, right?
He doesn't seem
Potentially.
that dangerous. Look at him; he's just a little fella.
I agree, but you know, if a bunch of his mates are going to turn up, I mean, the less of them, the better, right?
I think maybe you should search the rest of the village for more of these creatures.
That sounds fun.
I wouldn't want to be ambushed.
Yeah, I do go sort of scout out the other buildings. Do you want me to roll detection at all?
Yes, please.
How many? First one is a failure. 18.
Cool. Give me another one.
That is a 6. Great success.
Nyla, did you go over with them as well?
Yeah, I can imagine I was following. I wanted to try and look for like tracks of these. If I look at his feet and see if I can work out what shape feet
Yep.
they might have.
Give me wilderness law.
Okay. That is just a success.
Cool. You do see some tracks of some others. And you kind of point at these tracks, and you kind of your gaze follows these tracks heading out of town. And as you kind of follow you kind of look where these tracks are leading, Grandel, you hear a rather unpleasant scream coming from Pierre.
Okay. Is he back with the caravan still?
He stayed with the caravan, yeah.
Okay.
Can you break us off that scream? You know,
I was
no.
scared you were going to ask that.
That might be a bit difficult.
Can you do it after I remove my headphones, please?
or like,
Go to stand back a bit.
Maybe I'll record it another time and just cut it in.
Yeah, add it in post.
We'll have to do a reaction video at some point.
I wanted to go get my axes, but
Cool.
Yeah, upon hearing Pierre scream, I think I'd start running back towards the caravan and probably yell for everyone else. Lads, Pierre's in trouble. Come on.
Yeah, I'm gonna poke my head out the door and have a look.
Everyone needs to roll initiative.
okay.
Oh, so much initiative.
Normal success for me. With 11.
It's a great failure for me,
Great success for me.
or a terrible failure, I should say.
Like success
It's
for
a
me and a
great
success
failure.
for Bear. It's a fantastic failure. Bear and I both succeeded.
Oh, in fact, no, it's not. It's just a failure.
Normal
Sorry.
failure.
Normal failure. I need a 24 for a terrible, apparently.
Terrible failures don't exist in well, they do, but they don't affect an initiative anyway. Okay, the people who had great successes go first.
I sprint in the direction of the caravan.
Cool. You were probably only, the town isn't that big. It's maybe 20 houses or so, and you've probably only gotten a little way into town. So, you can get to the caravan pretty much in a turn.
Okay. What's going on? What's going on over there?
What's the haps?
Pierre's scream appears to have been in response to several more larger of these ergots having appeared from the houses and are kind of approaching him at pace.
Okay. So have I got time to get in front of them?
You can attack one of them, yeah. You can kind of get to one and have an attack at it.
I do that. First one's a 10, which I don't imagine is going to do it.
It does not.
And the second one is a 7. So not a great round.
Nope, that doesn't hit.
I guess that's all I can do.
Yeah, it is, unfortunately. Anybody else had a great success?
No.
You.
Cool. In that case, it is successes.
Yeah, I think Grandel's the first one who noticed the scream, so I'll take this one. I'm going to run towards the caravan, and once I'm within range, I'm going to throw my axe at the nearest of these ergots. And that will be a 9. Rubbish. I'll keep running the rest of the way, and I'm going to throw one of my daggers at him as well.
Okay.
That is 14 to hit.
That does hit.
Woo! So that does 4 damage.
Cool. It
That is
takes
the
that
end of my
and
turn.
looks at you.
Yeah.
Next.
I failed.
Bear
Oh, okay.
or Nyla?
No, but I suppose we'll both run up together. Bear will run straight in and just pounce at the first one he can see.
Yep.
Because he's Bear, and that's what he does, and he's a good boy. But that first one's going to fail because that's a 3. And the next one is a 17 to hit, which is the cause.
That does hit, yeah.
And that's 6 damage. And then he's gonna go for a bite. And that is a 21 to hit.
That hits.
And that is a 3 damage.
It kills that one.
Oh no. Didn't want to kill them. But Bear's a bear. Well, not a bear, tiger. So there's what he does. And then Nyla will just fire at one as well.
Cool.
That is 30.
That'll hit.
Oh, okay, cool. I cannot roll on these d8s. That is 4 damage.
So it is ergot time.
It is. First, the child is going to launch itself at Elias.
Nice.
It's going to attack you with
Take.
its tentacle. That is a 14.
That will do it.
4 damage.
Holy moly.
Then the one that Gary attacked is going to attack him. That's a 6 on the dice.
Nah.
And the next one is a 4 on the dice. So those two do not manage to hit Gary. Then the one... Bear killed that one, didn't he? So the one that Nyla shot is going to attack Bear. Because I assume you go for the ones that are closest to him.
Yeah.
That is a 15. So that does... This one doesn't have any tentacle arms, but it does have a big club in its hand. And that does 2 damage. And then... So that's that one.
My sweet boy is taking some hits.
Then so that was on Gary. That was on Gary. Did I do 2 attacks against you, Gary?
Yes.
The one that Grandel threw his dagger at is going to go for Pierre. And he hits and does 4 damage. Pierre screams. He's like, ah! And then the last one is going to hit Pierre as well and misses horribly. So you've got 2 on Pierre, 2 on Gary, 1 on Bear, and 1 on Elias, and Elias, it's your go.
Oh well, I am bleeding quite profusely.
Are you
I'm
going to
gonna
kill
try
a
and
kid?
I'm gonna kill a kid.
Oh no, not again.
Full disclosure, I was probably gonna
Not
kill
again.
it. Anyway.
Wow. At least this time it'll be on purpose.
I'm going to stab it with my spear.
You do that.
Because opportunity attack's the thing, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, I can't take another hit. I'm going to stab it. And that's a critical hit, baby.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that a 9?
How does that work?
A 19, sorry.
I know, 20. So max damage to 1. 8.
It's a solid hit.
Yep.
Very solid.
Does not look like it enjoyed that at all.
No.
So is your normal maximum damage 7 then?
But it's 1d6 plus 1 for the spear,
Yeah. Plus 1 for your level.
plus 1 for my level. Yeah.
Cool. It's back to the top of the round. Everyone roll initiative.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh, wait, no, I didn't.
Oh.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I need to do Pierre.
Oh god, yeah.
Pierre.
It's a level 10 magic user.
No, that would be silly.
It's just
Actually,
never come up.
God.
Yeah. The gods didn't disappear, they just became Pierre.
Can you imagine?
He's all the gods.
He is all the gods.
He's the god of pure sexuality.
He's the only god you ever gonna meet. Oh, please don't.
He is going to pull out a dagger from his belt and stab one of them. Oh, he got that 20.
Nice.
Nice.
He is god.
Nice.
Let's put that in there. I haven't. How much damage does a dagger do?
D4.
D4.
I
D4.
wanna say D4.
D4 plus.
Strength.
No, you're just stabbing with it. Yeah, plus strength.
I'll put it right
So
here.
he actually kills the one that you had thrown a dagger at.
Nice.
Nice.
Go Pierre.
Awesome.
And he kind of like just grins at you.
I don't need you guys. I'm fine.
He also gets +2 on initiative checks. Just
Who
saying.
does?
With the dagger. That's its thing.
Oh,
Oh, do I?
Yeah, you do, yeah.
We all know the rules so
I
well.
haven't written that down.
I'll write it down now.
I have
Now's the
written it
time.
down. I've not been
Surely
reading
it'd
it.
be -2.
+2 initiative.
well, that's going to come in handy now as you're about to roll initiative.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, jeez.
I actually rolled a natural 1. Great success.
That's
So,
-1.
So you, -1. Well
yeah.
done.
For the
It's just
record,
-1.
a natural 1 on an attack is a fumble, and if it's in melee range, the target gets a free attack against you.
Ooh.
Oh, that's not very good.
That's not very good.
No, Jack, it's not.
And the attacker, if it's a ranged attack, you re-roll attack against an ally that's in melee range.
Oh no.
That's definitely bad.
That'll come up at some point, I'm sure.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Cool. I rolled a 8 plus nothing. So yes, good. It's a good roll. It's a solid roll.
Bear and I both succeeded.
Did
Great
anyone
success.
Did anyone get a great success?
Yeah,
I did. I did as well.
That's lucky, isn't it, Elias? Elias, what is your your modifier to intelligence, by the way?
+3.
Cool. Just wondered. Cool. Grandel and Elias, your go.
Go on, Grandel.
Cool. So I run up to whichever one I threw my axe towards and pick up my axe.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to throw it again or attack with it, depending on how close I am.
Is flanking a thing?
+2 to attack.
Cool. The one you threw your axe at is the other one on Pierre, so you're now flanking
cool.
with Pierre. So yeah.
Awesome. So +2 to attack. That is, that maths. That's 21 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it.
So that's 5 damage.
Nice.
Slashy.
It did not enjoy that at all.
That is the all of my turn.
Cool. Elias, then.
I'm going to try and hit it.
You are.
It is an 18.
That'll do it.
Oh,
It dies.
It
It
Only
only had
rolled a
one
one
hit.
anyway.
It only had
yeah,
one
well,
hit
we only
point
got
left.
2.
But
loosened up on
you literally could. If you had been able to do any more damage to it with the crit, you would have killed it. But it was just literally like it had 1 hit point left, and I was like, if you get a total failure, that's gonna be real shit for you.
Yeah, isn't
but
it?
It's fine.
3 hit
You
points left.
successfully killed the child.
I killed a child. Level
Elias,
up.
Elias goes to that page in his journal and puts another tick mark down.
So
50 points.
Gary, Bear, and Nyla. Did everyone pass? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gary, Bear, and Nyla.
Excellent.
I'm going to let Bear go if that's all right with you, Gary.
Go for it.
So Bear will attack the one. Gary. Bear will attack the one that attacked him.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a 19, not natural.
That'll hit.
That is 4 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Other claw. That is 12 to hit.
That is enough.
Oh wow. Okay, cool. That's a 6 damage.
It dies.
Oh damn it! I was like the first time I managed to get both claws to hit because then he automatically prone and also hits with his bite. But it doesn't matter. When we get more HP level stuff, is there anything else within his range that he can bit?
No, the other 2 are on Gary.
It'll run towards Gary then.
Cool. You can provide advantage to Gary on one of them.
Yeah, I will do that.
Sorry,
Excellent.
it's flanking's +1. Sorry, it's prone that's +2.
Oh, cool.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Gary, do you want
Definitely hit with the last one anyway.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hmm.
So I'll have it so that it makes the one I have disadvantage on have normal. So that's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I will roll 2 attacks right now.
Oh no, sorry. You get +1 to hit, not advantage for flanking.
Oh, okay.
So you still have disadvantage. You just have +1.
So one of them
But on both.
was on both.
Yeah.
What? Oh, right. Okay.
So flanking gives a static increase to your attack bonus, not anything in terms of number of dice you roll.
Okay. Fine.
I
In
did
that
not
case,
explain that well.
Roll 2 d20s, add 1 to each result, take the lowest.
fine. Okay. Let me roll it then. Ooh. I rolled a 19.
That's enough, and that's all. That's a
That's a special
tasty
ability.
Special ability.
On a battle axe, on a natural 19 to hit, rolls on the injuries and setbacks table.
I shall do that.
Do that.
Their
Roll D20.
Kickstarter business is delayed by 6 months.
Of course.
It's in the setbacks
Thing in
table.
front of me. What did you roll?
I haven't found it yet. I don't know what page it is.
Oh, D20. I've got it in front of me here.
Oh, okay.
I was well prepared.
19.
Good podcast boy. 19. Yeah. That's not a good one. It's a minor scar. A minor scar has no significant adverse effect. In fact, after a few ales, and some folks might even be impressed by it. So there we
You
go.
made him
Excellent.
cooler.
I did
You made
make
it more
cooler.
sexually attractive.
All right, second roll.
As sexually
6
attractive as
plus
mutated monsters can be.
5.
You don't know what they're into.
So 11.
Well, no, but I know what I'm into.
11 is enough. That's exactly what you're looking for.
It
11
is
is the
enough.
AC. Yeah.
Outstanding. Oh, I didn't actually roll damage for that last one either.
You did
I
not.
rolled damage. for both. I rolled a 1 and a 3 plus 5, so
9.
yeah, 14 total for the 2.
Cool. You will kill the one that Bear was flanking.
Excellent.
And that means it's Snyder's go. So you got one on Gary, one on Pierre.
I should probably protect the guy who's like paying us, right? So I will fire at not fire at Pierre. I will fire at the one.
This is the
Oh
perfect
no,
time.
I missed.
Oh no! I rolled a 19 plus 3, so 22.
That'll hit it.
Yes, dead.
Oh fuck! So that's 9 damage, baby.
Jesus.
Yeah.
This arrow just thunks into its shoulder and it like just is like ow.
That's it. Just goes
It
ow.
just is like, ow.
Oh no, that's the wrong one. It dies.
I was hoping
Ow.
because then I can hope like Pierre like locks eyes with me and I give him like a nod.
He nods at
Like
you.
a cool-
Yeah, he gives you a nod.
like a cool guy.
Cool, and then it's the one on Gary. And Gary, you are going to get attacked.
Bring it.
That's not 20.
I'll do.
Which
Goddamn.
means you take 7 damage.
I do. I take all that
You take
damage.
8 damage.
Damn. Okay. I'm not raging, so I take all. Take it like a champ, though.
Cool.
On the chin.
Top of the round.
Roll
Oh,
some
no, it's
dice.
not. No, it's not. I lied. It's
Oh.
Pierre's go. Pierre's got bad initiative. And he throws a dagger at the one that is attacking Gary. And he does some damage to it. It doesn't do anything. It just stabs it with a dagger. Well, it does damage. It doesn't kill it, though, unfortunately.
Right.
He
Okay.
looks considerably deflated by the fact that the second one he attacked didn't also die. And then now everyone roll initiative.
Nice.
That's another great success.
Ah,
I
you're
also
full of it.
rolled a great success.
As did I.
Oh, Nyla and Bear are like just successes. Sad face.
Cool. Well, who wants to go first?
I will. I'm going to step out of the building and fire my crossbow.
At the one that's on. At the only one left.
No, just wildly.
Into the air.
No, at the one that's left. Is it in combat with someone?
It is with Gary.
All right, so do I -2?
Yes,
Is that how that works?
I believe so. Nyla, you should know. How does firing into combat work?
I thought that's what we were doing earlier with the.
Oh no, that was because it was literally stuck to him.
Attached to him.
Yeah. I think you could just attack, but if obviously the danger of doing it is if you do roll a natural 1.
Oh
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
if
it
you
might just
miss,
be
then
those
you
who
attack
miss.
somebody, you shoot
Hitting
someone
a
else.
That's
friend,
the
yeah.
downside.
All right, well, I got 16 total.
That hits.
And that's 2d4 plus 3. Nice. That is 10 damage.
Which is exactly what you needed. It dies.
Yay!
Yeah.
We did it.
So you think? No, that is all of them. You killed them all.
We murdered the horrifically mutated descendant people.
Yeah, what the hell are they?
They're chuds.
Oh,
God.
okay. Okay.
Cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. Chud.
Well, then, well, are they up here on a holiday?
They're not-
I walk over to Pierre and like hand slap him. So like, well done, mate.
So you just slap him with your hand.
Backhand.
Do you mean like high five him, or do you mean like you just slap him?
No,
No,
more
it
like-
means
like
slap
a
him.
cross between like a high five and a handshake. You know when you walk up to someone sometimes, you
Right,
just, like, hold your
Okay.
hand.
No, I don't know that.
Yeah,
But-
I was just imagining that you walked up and was like, why the fuck do you bring him this way? Smack.
Handshakes and hand slaps.
Yeah, I'm with you, Mark.
You're
Us
with
cool
you, know
kids
what
will
I'm
sit in this
talking
corner.
about. Absolutely, yeah.
There are no cool kids. We're playing D&D.
We're not playing D&D. We're playing
You know what I
something
mean.
less
LFG.
known than D&D.
yeah.
We're the
We're the cool
esoteric
nerdy.
nerds.
We're the hipster nerds.
We
As long
played
as
it
LARP
before. We're
exists,
playing it
guys.
we're playing an unknown system on a podcast.
We're the coolest.
Hardcore.
Hashtag influencer. You've killed the Urgnaughts. Well done.
We did it. Who's
We done
wounded?
did it.
Bear.
I've taken some tasty hits, but I'm alright.
I managed to escape completely unscathed.
I am officially staggered.
How many hit points
Yeah.
have you got?
Elias
I don't
is
think
pretty
it's that
bad.
impressive that I escaped unscathed, but all right.
I've got 3 hit points left.
That's not that many.
It's not a lot.
Gary can count that high. That's how little there are.
Yeah, that's when you know it's bad.
I got hit many times, but I still got 14 left. So I'm all good. I'm good to go.
Yeah, I think maybe we should move on from here unless you want to search for something specific. But
No, I think we should get the fuck out of here.
yeah, let's get out of Dodge.
Pierre
Aye.
agrees.
Is Pierre damaged?
He took a little bit of pain, but he's all right.
I'd like to tend to
Took
his
some
wounds.
pain.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a success.
Awesome. He feels better.
Good. You're welcome.
Give him some brandy.
I think we should just get out of here and just on the way, just
Yes.
fix ourselves a little bit.
Yeah.
This.
Come on, guys.
We
Let's,
should not
let's-
stay here.
Let's make a move.
Yeah, he'll kind of hurry everybody along. You move through town, and you manage to get a little way away before night starts to creep in. But Pierre is unwilling to stop, and kind of urges you all to push on through the night a bit to get some more distance. If everyone's happy with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
I'd like to do a short
absolutely.
rest.
Cool. Yeah, you can do a short rest.
Remind me how that
It's-
works.
A series of will saves, either 1, 2, or 3.
To get back things.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do... It's one success.
Well,
we did work out what the
shit.
hit die for each.
It's half your hit points.
Half your hit points plus something? Or is it just
No,
half?
I think it's
just half
literally-
each time.
Yeah, I think just 1 will save.
It's
can
half
use
your
again.
missing hit points, right?
Maybe-
Cover half of any lost hit points plus con
Plus
bonus.
con. Right.
Oh, plus con.
Oh, plus con. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, Bear's down to 1 damage now. Whoop, whoop.
Well, I decided to burn all my will saves and roll a 19, an 18, and a 20.
Ooh.
You can use,
Not
you can
great.
use your
Why don't-
con mod as extra will saves if you want, Mark.
Still doesn't do it.
Okay.
All right, okay, so I get plus 2.
So you get
so
to have
you get
2 more
an
will
additional
saves.
2 will saves. You can use it any time.
I rolled a 19 and a 20.
Oh my god.
So I won't be getting anything back.
So yeah, you managed to get in a short rest, but by the time it's midday of the following day, you're out of the, you've gotten a way away, and you can actually see the turning that kind of leads you back onto the main road, that you were following before, and Elias, fucking Christ, Pierre, kind of turns to you all and says, We'll push on to the crossroads and rest there for the rest of the day, and then overnight we can carry on again in the morning. I'm absolutely exhausted.
Well, if you would like to take a nap in the back, Pierre, while I carry on driving the cart, you're more than welcome.
Oh, thank you, Elias. Yes, I think I will. And he kind of,
I'll just get back on my horse.
he kind of clambers into the back and just goes to sleep, with like no effort at all. And yeah, and you kind of push on, and you can see that the crossroads is quite obviously relatively regularly used as a kind of stopping point. There's a big wide area around the kind of joining of the roads, where there's like places that people have kind of pitched camp overnight and things. Yeah, and you can stop here. everyone. Welcome back to the newest episode of Nothing Adventured, Nothing Gained. Hope you're enjoying this rather combat-heavy episode. Bit of a change of pace from last week's backstory with Grandel. As I said, we will be getting some more backstories from the rest of the guys in the future, but for now, we're just going to carry on following the party and seeing what they get up to on the road to the city. This week we've got some interesting stuff happening on the social media, so we're going to have some player bios on the Instagram specifically, so go have a look at those, and there's also going to be a version of the map posted on there as well, so go have a look, let us know what you think. Make sure you're using hashtag Nancast when you're talking about us on social media. We want to see what you're saying, and we want everybody else to see what you're saying as well, so make sure you're using that hashtag Nancast. Next episode will be up on the 6th of March, and as I said, that's going to be carrying on with the main story. For now, I'll let you know when we're going to have the next backstory episode, which will be Nyla's. I'm just in the process of editing that at the moment, so hopefully that'll be coming along soon. But for now, I will let you get back to the gang, so you can find out what happened after they left Pineborn. Thanks everyone, talk to you later.
Elias,
Yes, Nyla.
those creatures, the
Urgoth.
yeah, that are they common out here?
I look at the DM.
No.
The
I looked in the
silence.
monster manual.
Yeah.
No, they're not. They are usually
Uncommon.
only found in like ruins of like magical towers and things. It's kind of weird to see them out in the wild, as it were.
Yeah.
So what would they have set that place on fire?
I mean, they're quite horrendous creatures. So I wouldn't be surprised. But they may have seen it as an opportunity to maybe scavenge for food, etc. I'm not entirely sure.
It was a bit strange that that young one was cowering and weeping in that house.
He might have been a trap.
It could have been, yes, it could have been part of the ploy.
Yeah, it's possible, I suppose.
They weren't unintelligent creatures. They're just twisted by the magic that corrupted them.
Cursed.
Yeah, well, yes.
They're not cursed.
Literally.
No, I mean, yes.
Not
DM
cursed.
says yes.
No, I refuse to believe.
DM says yes.
I don't know who this
It's
DM
canon.
of who you
It's
speak is.
cursed.
So would something have drawn them out, or do they just appear? I mean, you all seem pretty shocked to see them, so I'm guessing they're not just roaming around the countryside.
Well, I wouldn't have expected to seen them in a town or a little village such as Pineborn, but they've got to eat somehow.
Do they eat people?
I guess so.
They
You always get the impression they eat whatever they can get. Try not to let them get anything.
Okay. I hug Bear.
Yeah, I think we
So-
should just push on.
Yeah, so you'll rest for the rest of the day, kind of to make camp, because you don't want to push on through the night again, and then you'll have a rest, and you'll wake the next morning, and those of you with madnesses make a will save.
No.
I think I succeeded. Let me check.
It'll be a luck will. I'm guessing.
No, it's just a will save.
Or is it just a will?
Ah,
Save is a luck, isn't it?
I failed.
Is it a will check or a will save?
It's a will check. Sorry, not a will save. My bad.
I failed.
No, I failed too.
Just regular failures there, yeah.
Yeah,
Just an 11. Yeah,
Cool,
I
that's
would
fine
need
then.
a 10.
So you
I
still
got
have those
15.
madnesses. Yeah. So you wake up and Pierre he looks much better. He's obviously had the rest and he's keen to push on. Is everyone ready to kind of keep on going?
Yeah.
Yep,
sure.
absolutely.
Cool. So you're about 2 days away now from the next town.
Mhm.
It actually is a relatively large town now. Cool. So yeah, you're relatively close to the next town, and I think probably everyone's looking forward to getting back to civilization at least for a little bit. Pierre is trying very hard to raise everyone's spirits. Don't worry, everyone. I will make sure that when we get to Boulderburn, you will be able to have your own bed each, rather than just sleep in the bunkhouse. You acted absolutely brilliantly, and I really think that you deserve a little bit of a treat from me as a thank you for saving my life.
Oh, it's very nice of you, Pierre.
Thank you.
You that, Elias?
I
Why don't you
remain
share a
silent.
bed with me?
I just like stare at Pierre for a second. Then I go back to riding my horse.
Don't worry about this lot, Pierre. I think they're just a little bit grumpy, been on the road for a little while.
Yes, it's understandable. People are either suited to the world of travel or not. The events in Pineborn also were rather unsettling. The people there were strange, but they did not deserve to die, I don't think.
Oh right, okay. You reckon they died? I thought we were fighting the people that lived in the village.
No,
You said they were strange.
not that strange, Gary.
I feel silly now. I could the stick there. oh.
No worries, no harm done. Anyway, I think let's press on and make our way to Boulderburn.
Absolutely. You up for that, Elias? And I hold my hand up for a high five. Big grin on my face.
I give him a high five.
Yeah, you do.
I'm not going to turn him down. I'm not going to leave a brother hanging.
You're not a monster.
I do certainly prefer the comforts of a town rather than being out on the road, it must be said.
Yes, I mean, I also prefer it. Unfortunately, my trade is what it is.
I was quite surprised how well you handled yourself, Pierre, to be honest.
Thank you. But we're probably traveling during this, by the way. Just
Yeah.
So kind of on the caravan. Yes, obviously having travelled for the last 6-ish years as a tradesman, you learn a few things from the people that you hired to protect you.
Is there normally this amount of trouble on the roads?
Yes, I would say there is normally this amount of trouble, but generally of a different sort. I would say the trouble that we face is normally much more mundane in nature.
less whatever the hell those things were.
Yes.
Less
yes.
tentacly.
Very well put, Gary. Yes.
Less cursed.
Yeah, cursed. Of course.
So you agree.
Yeah, this whole thing, Grandel, like it's just a whole big curse, isn't it? Like every single thing. I feel like every step we take, a curse grows stronger. Like I can feel it bubbling under my skin. Like,
Good. So as long as it's not just me, that's absolutely fine.
yeah, totally how I feel. And I'll just trot off.
Yeah, Grandel doesn't get it. He's focused on like looking back down the path the way we came, keeping an eye out for anybody who might be coming up behind them. As far as he's concerned, you were being completely genuine.
Who's to know any better? Elves are totally like, don't lie or make jokes. They're very straight laced.
Are you saying this to Grandel?
No. I'm saying this to Johnny.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Okay, so yeah, you kind of carry on down the road, and the next 2 days are relatively uneventful in comparison. There's an upturned cart a bit further down the road on the second day, which is about a day away from Boulderburn. But luckily, you managed to kind of help get it righted with relative ease, and they're also set on their way back down towards Clonton. Pierre has a whispered discussion with the owner of the cart, and he kind of nods in a knowing manner, and you assume he's warned him not to take the shortcut. You are back flying the full colours now of the what's the word?
Pierre's Wonder Emporium.
Yes, thank you. His disgusting bright purple, like rather over the top stuff, and he's back in his usual, has seen better days but looks very posh sort of garb. And you get to the outskirts of Boulderburn without too much trouble. Sorry, I was just checking something for you. Wow, you guys are very lucky. I rolled a d6 to see how long it would take to have a long rest. And I legitimately rolled 1. So you can actually have the long rest, which actually means you're now officially level 2.
Yay! What does that mean, Jack?
It means you can do the rest
What
of
are
your
all
level.
of the things that means?
Yay!
So
Let me
I think
find
I've
my
done hit
pen.
points so far, and rages.
Yeah, so
So
you
let's
should have a little list of the things that you've already had as part of the advancement.
At second level, you have survived long enough to cultivate a sixth sense for hidden danger. You have advantage when making checks to resist ambush or surprise. So let me write this down.
I already took my extra ranger craft and my steady shot, so I think I just get hit points this level.
And
I
your
already.
luck will increase, I think.
Okay.
It might increase. Sorry, it might not. My bad. No, yeah. So it should just be the stuff that's on the second level.
No, your luck is 10 plus your level.
Oh, so it does. Lovely.
Oh, so it does go up. Okay, perfect.
So is there anything else that we get that we all second?
You might get an increase in your attack bonus, but I don't.
Yeah,
Ooh, I do get an increase in my attack bonus. You're quite right.
I get an increase in my attack bonus as well, and I also get Skirmisher. When you are subject to a free attack due to your movement, the enemy suffers disadvantage on the attack roll.
Nice.
And yeah. So yeah, if I attack and then just disengage, they get disadvantage on opportunity attack. Very
Everyone
cool.
also recovers a point of luck if they have lost any, because we're having a long rest. And you can recover half of any lost hit points plus your con. Plus 1d.
Your reroll pool is your level as well.
Yes, and you regain your reroll pool back to full amount as well. So you should have 2 rerolls now.
Yeah.
Is there a
It's all good.
is there a page for level up?
Yes,
It's by individual class.
Yeah,
No,
but
there's.
the
I swear there's a page for everyone.
Oh, okay.
there is, but that's for when you level up in bits.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So luck goes up, reroll goes up, and obviously you then get all of the bits on your character page for level 2.
It's 110 mark is where it is, but
okay.
it's that's
So I got-
on the split.
I got Skirmisher. I also got the +1 to my attack bonus. And I learn an extra tip or trick.
Nice.
Yeah. Ooh.
Do you was that not one of the things you'd already got, or?
No, one of the things I already got was my health.
Ah, yeah, of course.
So I've already got that up there. And I have 1 use of an ability per level, so I have 3 abilities I can use, 1 each, twice. It's hard to say.
What did you get, John?
So I got some hit points. I got the luck, the reroll. I got an extra spell slot, and I get to learn 3 new spells.
Nice.
Nice. 3 more ways to fuck us up. So, yeah, as well as Cat's Grace and Hidden Blade, I now also have Blind Sense
Nice.
as an option. That should be fun.
Yes. Yes, lovely. Cool. So, yeah, you are now level 2. Hopefully you are less squishy than you were and more capable of continuing with the fighting and advancing and going
I did
about your
unfortunately roll the
business.
minimum for my hit points,
Of
which
course
is
you
always
did.
great.
Of course you did.
So
Gotta
that
keep
takes
that
me up to
element
12.
of danger in there, haven't you?
Yeah.
What were you on before?
I was on 7 before.
Well, when you look at it, a percentage.
Oh no, hang on, 13. Sorry.
I also rolled minimum my hit dice. Yay!
Yeah, you're on the outskirts of Boulderburn, sorry, and Pierre kind of turns to you and says, "I have some very good friends that are based in this town. If you could do your best to, and I mean this in the nicest possible way, behave. I really can't afford people to be making a scene if they're in my employ."
Grandel belches loudly and says, "I understood."
Excellent.
You can trust us.
He just laughs at that. Yeah, so you kind of go on.
I was going to say, I just pull my hood even further over my face and over my ears, and then tap my nose, as in I get you.
He maybe it's best if Bear stays in the wagon.
I look at him, I shrug, and I just sort of nod my head up so he jumps in, and yet again jumps on Grandel. He loves
Who's a good
Grandpa.
kitty?
Yeah.
Who's a good kitty?
He's just like purring and rubbing his face on your face. He weighs a lot. He's
yeah,
a
no,
big
like
old
Randall's
tiger.
being crushed into the floor of the cart, but he loves it anyway.
Who's a good kitty?
Yeah, so I think we'll move on and you kind of get to the outskirts of town. This one it's a kind of small, well, smallish, big, as far as...
He's sending a lot of mixed messages.
I was just gonna say.
well, it's difficult because
It's
as
small.
far
It's
as-
smallish, big.
It's okay. It's pretty
as far
big.
as
It's a little
Elias is concerned, it's a small town. It's a village. As far as Gary is concerned, it's a fucking massive, humongous, like gargantuan-sized town of millions of people. Because they come from very different places.
Should have gone to Specsavers.
Yeah.
Gary can't count as well, so
Anything above 3, and it's a metropolis.
there's like so many people here.
And it is quite busy. It's a farming town primarily. There's lots of like outlying farms, like there's farmland quite obviously all over the place. And as you kind of get into the center of the kind of the center of the village town, it's actually kind of walled off. Big kind of wooden walls are built up
Martin
around
Bailey
it.
kind of setup.
Yeah, exactly. And Pierre does seem a bit surprised by this, as if they weren't here when he came through in the other direction. And he approaches the gate on the cart, with you guys obviously in tow. And there is a pair of guards, one stood either side, who kind of hold their hand up and expect him to stop, which he does. He turns to Elias, who I assume is on the cart. You've been riding on the cart mostly, haven't you?
I've been on the cart the whole time. Yeah.
Pierre turns to Elias, and when you look at him, you kind of notice that he's got a hood up, and he kind of says, maybe you should talk to them. My friends may have had a falling out with me when I was here last. And he kind of goes into the back of the cabin.
Okay, sure.
Cool. So yeah, you keep on rolling up to these gates, and the guard kind of waves you down. And he's just like, "All right, stop."
I stop.
If you want to go in, you've got to promise to be good in that, innit?
I'm so
Wow.
swept away, but
That's just that low fantasy we've heard so much about.
I'm sure we can behave ourselves. We are just
Yeah.
merely passing through.
I make an
Oh,
elf scout
deception.
honor.
Sorry, I think I can do better than that. That is fucking appalling.
no, don't. It's fine. That's
No, it's brilliant. It's absolutely perfect. This guy's
Yeah,
bored
great.
off he's bored out of his mind, and he's just like, yeah, sure, just whatever, fucking hell.
Yeah, just be good. Love it.
Yeah, don't make any trouble.
As everyone else is kind of like somberly like looking at. Gary just gets this overwhelming to just burst into laughter.
yeah, we'll be really good.
I smack Gary like on the leg.
And that just makes me laugh even harder.
What's wrong with him?
He's just in very high spirits. We're pleased to be back into a civilized area. We had some trouble on the road.
We had some trouble on the road.
Grandall looks behind himself to see if anything's followed them.
Right. As I said, don't want any trouble. We can't be dealing with any more trouble.
Have you had trouble recently?
Yeah. Scorn everywhere. It's a nightmare.
No scorn here, mate.
Says the half scorn.
Is he having a laugh? Right, I'm watching him.
Honestly, it's fine. We're not going to cause any trouble.
You have my word that I will be taking personal charge of this one.
Right, you better. I'm gonna have to report him to the guards, so
That's
they'll
fine.
be keeping an eye out.
It's fine. You don't have to report me. It's fine. We're good.
We won't be staying long anyway. We have a lot of ground to cover.
Well,
Grandel
once
just-
you're in, you can't get
Grandel
out
just
until morning.
snaps his head round towards the front again and goes, "Have you had any reports of any shadowy crow-like figures?"
I'm sorry, shadowy crow-like figures.
Aye.
You're about 2 months early, mate. No, we haven't.
That's good. That's good. All right. That's fine. That's fine. Grendel goes back to looking behind him.
Right, okay, I'm definitely gonna have to put you on this list. As I said, if you're going in, no coming out till morning. These gates don't open until morning, and neither do the ones at the other side of town.
Sounds
You
reasonable.
understand? Good. I'm glad you understand. Right. Once you're inside, 2 options where you stay. You want to go to the one at the far end of town. They've got better stables, and as you've got a cart, they're probably the only ones that are going to be able to let you keep the cart inside. Otherwise, it'll just be parked out the front. Right?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, sounds great.
Aye, well, let's get on, shall we? Inside the nice, tall wooden fence with a big gate that sends, let's, shall we? Let's move it along.
He like bangs on the gate, and it kind of opens. In you go then.
We do that.
Yeah, we do that.
Yep.
Cool.
As soon as we get in the gate and we're out of earshot of the guards, I'm going to be just look at Grandel and Gary and be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you two?"
Nothing wrong with me, lass. There's nothing wrong with me at all. I'm absolutely fine. Absolutely fine on all quadrants, as they might say.
I mean, I know we've been out of civilization for like a few days, but keep it together, guys. Come on. We're already going to have eyes pointed at us. We don't need any more.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Gary, what's so fucking funny?
Nothing's fine. Don't worry. No.
So,
Right.
Grandel, you'll probably be keen to see this, but when the gate closes behind you, there's like 2 huge like braces that are slid across in place that keep it closed.
Awesome. Yeah, Grendel visibly relaxes upon seeing this. Sort of slumps down in his saddle a bit. That's all right then.
So, now you're in town. It's a little kind of nice little town. There's a handful of buildings in here. Maybe it's probably about 50 houses or so, 50 buildings or so that are like big town buildings, and then like loads of little like houses dotted about. It's a relatively good sized settlement. Basically just inside the gate there is a tavern called the Salty Toad.
Nice.
And then obviously you've been told there's one further into town, but you don't know what that's called yet. Are you going to head to the other one, or are you going to?
Yeah, we're going to head to the other one. Yeah.
Well, Pierre said something about staying with his friends, or hanging out with his friend, going to see his friend, something like that.
Still need to park the cart somewhere.
Well, I didn't know if they were putting us up for the night or.
You could
it's
ask
just-
him.
Pierre, where are we supposed to be going?
Let's head to the Singing Huntress. It's much nicer. And then once we have secured lodgings, I will contact my friends. I think that's probably best.
All right, let's do that then. So we're heading for the, what was it? The
The Singing
Singing
Huntress.
Singing Huntress. Awesome. On the other side of town.
Yeah, it's basically in the same location as the Salty Toad, but up the other gate.
I hop off my horse and I hand the reins over to Nyla. Just sort of give her a quick sort of nod, like look after that, and then I want to sink into the shadows and see if there's anybody about worth robbing.
Oh, okay.
Stealth.
Yep. I like that within literally 5 minutes of being in this town where you've been
Civilization.
asked to be good, you are trying to rob people.
Oh
That's
man,
a-
I haven't robbed anyone in a few days. I should probably get to
This
it.
is the thing, though. Like he was so focused on the like people coming up behind him, he was not listening to any of that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
Like whether it would make any difference anyway, but he wasn't listening. That's a 16, which is just a success.
Cool. Yeah, you can kind of go and slink into the shadows.
And perception for finding
That'll be it.
suitable prey. That is a 3, which is a great success.
Yeah. This is a relatively good-sized town. There's a few people. You kind of quite easily find your way. You're nowhere near the party by this point, but you quite easily find your way to the kind of market area that's still got some stalls open. There's a kind of little throng of people, and you can find a choice of 3 people that look like they would be ripe for the picking.
Okay. Can you describe them to me, please?
I am about to. There is a kind of rather rotund human fellow who is just like bald-headed, lots of chins, wearing like red, like cotton by the looks of things, almost like robes almost.
Okay.
Like a big long tunic type thing,
Right.
with big sleeves. Who is currently eating what looks like some sort of like leg of like a chicken leg or a turkey leg or something, and he's got like a leather satchel slung over his shoulder, and he laughs and while he eats, talking to a friend that you assume a person he's talking to who is a friend of his, who doesn't look like he's that well off.
Gotcha.
He's kind of over by the food stalls.
Yeah.
You spot someone else. There is a woman, quite tall, like unusually tall, lady, who is quite broad, almost like Amazonian in stature, who is wearing quite fine dress. It's like a blue dress. Again, it's kind of a heavy wool dress with like a fur trim around the shoulders. It's like off the shoulder type deal.
Yeah, I get you.
And she's got like again the big fur around the cuffs, and she's got like a big leather belt on, and there's a couple of pouches hanging off of it. She's got like a big like massive black hair that kind of flows down her back in a kind of wild manner. And then the last person is basically a dwarf that looks like someone may have literally dipped him in gold. He is wearing like the most ostentatious clothing. He looks like he's probably a merchant. You don't recognize the symbol as being any of the families that you know, but he looks like he's probably one of the merchant families, and he looks like he's pretty well to do. Maybe he's like a jeweler or something. He's got lots of rings on, and again a couple of pouches on his waist. But he's waddling about the market as well.
Is he alone?
He is alone, yeah. In fact, him and the woman are both alone. It's only the man in red that's kind of talking to anybody.
Can I use my innate dwarven sense to sort of detect where the most value is going to be held?
Yeah, give me.
I have a feeling I know which it is.
Give me a sniff check.
Sniff check. So the number on the D20 is 11.
Cool.
That
50% chance.
That is a success.
Oh, it's a no. You need to do it. Oh no, yeah. Sorry, it's 50% chance, so you need to just get under 10.
Okay, so I didn't. Cool. All right. I'm gonna approach the dwarf.
Cool.
Stealthily at first. So you said that I don't recognize anything about him from a particular family.
No, you don't. You
Not
don't
one
see
that
any.
I know of.
You obviously he's wearing like sigils and like
Yeah.
you can't. You don't. I mean, give me general law.
That is an 8, which is a success.
Yeah. His symbol looks like it's probably one of the jeweler houses, which you didn't have much to do with.
Yeah,
You know
okay.
your family sold to them quite a lot because obviously
Yeah.
into locks and shit.
Mechanisms and things. Yeah.
But yeah, you don't know any of them. There's no alliances that are kind of official as far as you know.
Okay. I want to try and take something from him without him seeing me. Then. Sleight of hand.
Yep.
Oh, that is a 5, which is a great success.
That's what you needed. Yeah, you can grab some stuff. So, what are you going to go for? Are you going to go for rings or pouches?
I'm gonna go for pouches. I'm gonna go for pouches.
Cool. Roll me a d100.
That is 31.
Cool. You find a little pack of amber stones. There are 3 of them, and
Yeah.
they are worth some money. 109 gold.
Each.
Yeah.
Wow. Awesome. And he is still completely unaware of me, yes?
Yeah, he didn't notice you.
So I secrete that in my backpack, close it up nice and tight. And then I want to sort of grab him on the shoulder and be like, "Cousin, Artemis, is that you?" And spin him around. I want to clasp his hand, like before he has a chance to see me properly. And do sleight of hand to steal some of his rings. And then go into like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were someone else. Have a good day, cousin," and then disengage.
Cool.
Where's my d20 gone? There we are. So that is a 5, which is a great success.
Oh my god. Cool. Give me another d100.
D100. Okay. That is going to be 27.
Cool. Yeah, you managed to pinch one of the rings off his hand.
Awesome. Yeah, I apologize to him and wish him a good day.
He kind of does this. Sorry. Yes. Cousin. Yes. Yeah. Good day.
Good day. And yeah, I hightail it back towards the group. What is this ring like and consist of?
Having a look.
Please.
It's a gold ring.
Mm-hmm.
With an inlay of ivory. And it's worth probably about 250 gold.
Swing.
There's no like family crest or anything on it. It's just a really nice kind of fancy looking ring.
Awesome. Yeah, I put it on.
Cool.
Like as I'm walking away around the corner.
And we'll cut back to the other group whilst as to what you were doing whilst he was robbing people blind. What's everybody doing? You're just heading towards the singing huntress, I assume.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah, I'm
Kinda
trying to keep my
marvelous.
head down.
Size of this sprawling metropolis, blinded by the bright city lights.
Yeah, I mean, you'll get to the singing huntress without any problem. You'll kind of check in quite easily, as Pierre promised. He will buy you each a room. He essentially just pays for the top floor of the tavern. it looks like it cost him more than he thought, and he does look a bit annoyed about that. But he's just like, oh, promise is a promise. And so you essentially, the five of you have a room each. They're not particularly big rooms. They're like small rooms, a bedroom each, and you have like all on the same floor.
Okay, cool. Get to bed. I imagine we're pretty tired.
It's not actually like really late. It's like early evening.
Said.
Okay, well, I mean you can. I'm just
No, I'm joking. Okay.
Grandel puts his stuff down and then spends about 10-15 minutes installing an additional lock to his bedroom door that only he can open from the inside.
Fair enough. That's not going to be too difficult for you. Give me sleight of hand. Oh no, tools and locks.
Tools and locks. That is 15, which is just a success.
Cool. Yeah, you can fit a pretty simple sliding bolt.
Yep. Awesome.
Making some adjustments to your room. Just gonna go stay in this hotel then.
Making sure it's secure.
Cool. Nyla wants to go sit in the bar.
Cool.
And get a drink and just sort of watch and listen, see if she can get any information.
Yep. Yeah, you can do that. What Gary and Elias gonna do?
What time is it?
Early evening. It's like, I don't know, maybe like 7:30ish. Starting to get dark, but it's not super late. Like the town's gonna start packing away the stalls and stuff, but there'll be probably music on in the tavern in a bit, and there's people are starting to come into the tavern to have evening meals and things.
Yeah, I'd probably just get a meal, a couple of drinks, and then go to bed.
Cool.
We get some food in for sure.
I think Grandel heads back down eventually and just grabs a pint of whatever ale and sits in such a way that he can see anybody coming in and out the front door.
Cool. Are you all
Grandel,
together?
Yeah.
Grandel, that's a nice ring you got.
It's quite shiny, isn't it? I thought now that we're somewhere nice and safe, I'd take out and give it a wear. Haven't had it on for a while.
Smart. You've always been really smart, Grandel.
Thank you, Gary. That's kind of you to say.
Can never be too careful.
There's thieves about.
There are thieves about.
I know. I just finger the ring, just sort of, so many thieves about. And look how it glistens. So.
So yeah, it's a busy tavern. There's people coming and going. Not many people really catch your eye. One person particularly, Nyla, does kind of draw your attention first when they enter the tavern, just because they're completely different from everybody else that comes in, and then again when you kind of listen in on their conversation a bit. This person walks into the tavern, and immediately there's this kind of air of just grandeur. She is this absolutely beautiful, tall, Amazonian-looking woman wearing this deep blue woolen dress with this fur trim off the shoulders. Are you having deja vu by any chance, Grandel? She kind of.
I didn't try to rob her, so it's fine.
She comes in, and like I say, she just kind of immediately draws everybody's eye, pretty much. She kind of strides quite confidently across to the bar and orders some mead and sits at the bar, just kind of talking in relatively simple conversation, and then she's just kind of chatting away, and she says something that you weren't expecting. Basically, it only really picks you up, Bex, because she says, Nyla, because she says in this conversation, she's talking to a man that looks like a regular person, and she says that she was the moon of her parents' eye. Like,
Okay.
just that phrase, just like catches your ear, because that
Yeah.
is obviously what the soothsayer said to you in Clonton. And just like little things like that draws you into her conversation. That's the reason why you start like kind of listening to her specifically. She says something else about following the sun and letting the sun guide her.
Okay.
And she kind of, you can't quite hear exactly what it is she's talking about because the tavern is quite noisy. But you keep getting these like little like snatches of her conversation, and they just kind of draw you in a bit, and you find yourself probably leaning into it and trying to hear more, I imagine.
Does she doesn't look elven at all. She looks human?
No, she's definitely human, but she does not look like any human you've ever seen before.
I'm gonna like go to the bar and get myself another drink and like sidle, not directly next to her, but just closer.
Yeah.
I just try and get a better look at her, like slowly.
Yeah, so she's got this, she's very broad, she's beautiful, she's wearing this kind of fur trim. She has very piercing green eyes. And the hair is like big and kind of wild. And you notice round her neck, she wears this piece of jewelry. It's like a torque. So it just rests on her collarbones, open at the front. And it, the ends of it are a sun and a moon.
Okay. And she's just talking to a guy at the bar.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like slide over. And just try and like get her attention. Just be hi, excuse me.
Yes, my dear.
I'm Nyla. It's very nice to meet you. Can I buy you a drink?
Oh. Yes, certainly. She kind of turns to the man that she was talking to, who looks at you as if to be like, what the fuck? Like, I am like working my magic is what he looks like. He's like, and then she kind of glances around and says, "You don't mind, do you?" And he's like, immediately switches back to, "Oh no, it's fine, of course, no, carry on, please." And she kind of just turns to you and says, "Here, or would you like to sit at one of the tables?"
Yeah, let's go sit. That sounds nice.
She kind of, like, every movement she makes is just like, it seems like it's effortlessly elegant. It's like, ugh, you know, like.
Oh, she's just Beyonce. She's just
yeah.
perfect.
I feel like if she was going to be played by a celebrity, she would be played by Gal Gadot.
Oh,
That's the kind of
God.
vibe I'm going for.
Jack, why are you doing this to me?
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah, that's kind of, she's gonna broad, tall, like muscular, like, but in a kind of still really feminine way. That makes sense?
Yeah,
Candler suddenly appears next to you.
Huh?
Doesn't say
Candler appears
anything.
next to you.
He just appears, like drink in hand.
Hello.
Doesn't say anything.
And she kind of folds herself into a seat and looks at you expectantly.
May I have your name?
Yes, of course. I it is strange. I am not quite of this realm. My name is strange to you, but I wear it with pride. My name is Wise Swan.
Wise Swan.
Yes.
It's a real pleasure to meet you. I'm sorry for being so forward. Not sure. I'm just going to be like, just awkwardly sort of like looking at her and then looking down. Your
I-
necklace.
Oh, yes.
It's very beautiful and unusual.
Yes.
Is it, did you buy it here?
No, it was given to me by a dear friend.
And what's the relevance of sun and moon?
I don't know. He said it was something to do with his family.
Oh, wait, am I in like a darkened corner of the bar?
Not really.
Oh, damn it. The bit that's like the way I'm facing is like one of the side of my head is like facing into like the booth or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like push my hood back behind my ear and then let it fall back over my face.
She will audibly gasp at that. She'll literally be like, and she'll put her hand on the table in front of you and look at you meaningfully until you kind of like hide it again.
Oh no, I just like literally just flashed it and then
flashed
like
it. Okay, cool.
yeah.
You are of the forest.
You could say that.
It is an honor.
Believe me, it's an honor to meet someone who's seemingly from further away than even I am.
We are from the opposite ends of the world, could you say?
The man who gave you this necklace, or the friend,
Yeah,
was he like me?
he was not.
Oh,
Not that I knew anyway. I would imagine I would have realized. We travelled together for some time.
in which case I'm sorry, I didn't mean to alarm you. I'm looking for someone, and the symbols on your necklace are the sort of things he would maybe give to someone.
Oh. They have significance to you? To him?
Well, we're elves. Well, I say that quieter than I say it in real life. We're elves, no. Well, our people, obviously, we are.
Sorry. Okay.
Sorry, I just like spoke without thinking. I was just like, we're elves. Like, what?
Love it.
My people are tied. Well, my people especially are tied to the moon. So I just wondered. That's all.
I wish you luck in finding this man. I, too, search for something.
What do you search for? And we're like full on wide eyed and looking at like super beautiful. I'm just like
She just looks at you and just laughs. It's just like, I search for answers. Unfortunately, something far less tangible than a person.
I mean my my own searching takes me north.
Oh. Then we travel in the same direction.
Wonderful. I smile.
I hope we shall meet each other again on the road.
That would be wonderful. I'll leave you to your drink.
Well, if you must go, then please, but company is always welcome.
I sit back down.
After, like, you'll probably just chat about just stuff.
Yeah. I want to learn a little bit about her people and stuff. But
Yeah, she'll tell you that she's one of the Boris folk,
Mhm.
Who are basically like the tribes to the really far north. Like they're from the northern mountains. So like literally the other end of the world to you. Yeah, she'll just kind of explain like about like her tribe and why she's been sent south. It's just to try and find people that can help them. Any specific questions? She tells you to be candid. She's not concerned about you offending her. She says that's very difficult.
Would I know? But would I have heard of them before?
No.
No, I don't think I would have. I'd probably just ask her what's like, because I've never been north. I'd probably just ask her what her home is like, what her people are like.
Beautiful.
Just be very inquisitive.
My home is beautiful, blissfully cold. I cannot wait to be back there again. But I must search until I have found an answer.
Me too.
They named me Wise Swan before I left. The names of the people, the names of the folk, they announce who you are from your very name. I am beyond honored to be named Wise Swan, but often I feel more like Clueless Duck.
You are anything but a duck, I say. Although there isn't much nobility in ducks. And then I like nervously think about ducks for a minute.
She laughs and she says, I have a thought. And she stands and she walks towards the small kind of platform in one of the corners where there's a bloke just kind of playing quite well, playing on like some sort of insert, a lyre probably, and she kind of she bends down and speaks to him, and he kind of nods and gives her the lyre, and she turns to face the room, and she kind of plucks the strings of the lyre a few times, and then she sings this absolutely beautiful song about her people. It's one of kind of like it's like a bardic song, so it's like a tale of the Boris folk and their heroes, particularly about Stalker Wolf and Elder Seal, and how they saved their tribe in one of the Dark Nights. And it's beautiful. Like the entire bar is just silent for the entire time she's singing. And she kind of that's kind of her thing. And then once she's finished, she gives the lyre back, and the bard who was kind of playing it just kind of looks at it as if to be like, "There's no point anymore. I'm not going to get any tips now." So he kind of just he plucks on it still because he's there, but he's not. His heart's not in it anymore. You can tell. She comes back to you and she says, "Your name? I did not ask it."
Oh, my name is Nylathria. Nyla.
Well, Nylathria, I will look to the road and hope I see you. For now, I must give my goodbyes. And she'll kind of head off upstairs to where she obviously has a room as well.
I just like watch her go, and I just like stand watching her for a minute, and then I realize I'm standing in a pub looking at stairs, and then I will go back to my friends.
That probably took a little while. You're probably talking for a good hour or so.
Yeah.
What were you guys? Were you guys doing anything particular whilst she was chatting to this strange lady?
I was just sort of eavesdropping and occasionally staring at the woman.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then just watched her basically follow the exact same path of watching her go upstairs while Nyla was looking at her. And then sort of a gentle sigh and going back to drinking alone at the bar.
I've been just sat there. I've had exactly 3 meals. I've just been eating two-handed, just fistfuls.
Awesome.
I've eaten nothing but trail mix for the past 2 weeks. Would you say 2 weeks?
It's been since you were at Quantum. It's been 13 days, so a week and a bit.
I have a mighty hunger, and I've just been paying no attention.
Elias?
Yeah. Nothing too exciting for Elias.
That's what I figured.
I think it'd just be sat with Gary,
Just the look of disgust.
Watching him eat.
just watching him eat.
Just
Go, go,
horrified.
go, go. Just like cheer him on.
I'm not
So-
socially inclined enough to talk to strangers, so
It's like watching one of those, if you can finish it in under an hour, it's free, but there's no such offer in this inn.
It's impressive to see, but
Yeah.
disgusting
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah, impressive but horrifying.
So, about half an hour, 45 minutes after that lady's gone back upstairs, you're all probably all thinking you're about ready to go to bed. It's probably about 9:30ish. The bar's a little bit emptier now than it was. People are kind of heading off to sleep. The door to the tavern is just thrown open, and Pierre comes literally flying in. He is thrown through the door. He is not conscious.
I immediately draw my axe.
who threw him?
What can only be described as a henchman.
A man who is hench. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
A hench
who,
man.
who follows him in. I say literally thrown. He's like pushed forcefully in and kind of like stumbles, hits the floor, and is out cold. He obviously has been beaten the crap out of.
I immediately stand up and walk towards as if the table wasn't there. Just flinging it out the way.
Mm-hmm.
Plates everywhere.
A couple of the other patrons are in the bar. Similarly, like, go for their weapons, but when they notice who it is that is like walking through the door, either immediately stop or and like kind of make themselves as innocuous as possible, or kind of look around to see why those people are doing that. And walking in the door is there's 2 like burly guard looking types. Like, they're not guards. They're not wearing the uniform the guard was wearing. But they are like big burly men wearing like leather armor. They've got swords strapped to their sides. And behind them is a human in relatively fine attire, like the kind of attire that Pierre normally wears, but actually nice. And he walks in and he says, he looks round, and he doesn't even, he completely ignores you. He doesn't know who you guys are. And he clicks at the barman. He's like, "You, which room is he in?" The barman just kind of, who is basically hid behind the bar, is kind of like, 12. Please don't make a mess. Thank you. And this bloke just kind of nods to the 2 like blokes, and they obviously head on up the stairs.
I am already speeding away.
Oh, so you're already in the bottom of the stairs. Cool.
Upon them.
Are you attacking them?
I'm not attacking them. I'm
Cool.
just squaring off to giggling to myself.
Plates look big.
Trying to look intimidating.
Do you mind? Do you mind,
giggling.
mate?
Do you mind?
No. So
That's
shift.
my pal.
I don't mind.
Oh. You're the lot that Pierre hired.
Yeah.
Excellent.
What's it to you?
Well, he owes us an awful lot of money, actually.
Right.
And little weasel thought he could get away without paying it.
I mean,
We've
that's
come
all
to
very
collect.
interesting, but it's not to do with us, is it?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, you guys are being paid with the money that's rightfully mine.
Well, we haven't been paid yet, so
Well, as far as I'm concerned, you're a prick, and I nut him.
So he's like, you've got the two henchmen stood in front of you, but he's like behind them.
All right, nut one of them then.
Okay. Give me an attack.
I will and shall. That is a 15.
19, did you say?
15.
15. Oh, you hit. That's still a hit anyway, so it's fine.
Excellent. 7 damage.
He goes down like a sack of shit.
Yeah, he does.
And
then
the
I
other
look at
one
his mate.
reaches for his
Oh,
sword.
wow.
Everyone roll initiative.
yeah. Fail.
Great success.
Great success.
Great success.
Make me feel bad now.
Well, this is why, kids, you don't dump decks.
Yeah.
Dex
Dex
is
is
my
so
top
cool.
stat. Oh,
He's a rogue.
rolled an 18. Even with my +2 from daggers, it's still not enough. Actually, no, I must have rolled a 19. Either way, it sucked.
Cool. Great successes, please.
I'd like to go first.
Cool.
Go for it.
From my sat position at the table, I would like to cast a spell
Okay.
Of a magical nature.
of a magical nature. I would like to cast Gaze of Beguilement. But I'd like to cast it on the supposed leader of this group. And this spell beguiles a single humanoid to regard the caster as a trusted friend. And a luck will save will resist. Oh no, hang on. Read to the end. This spell cannot be cast in combat.
Okay.
No,
Hey.
I will rethink my choice.
I'll tell you what, do you want me to go first and you have a look?
Yeah.
Sure.
Sorry. Yeah, I can't cast that, so I'm not going to.
Fine.
That makes sense.
That's the way that works.
I want to do
That's how that
a
works.
major exploit.
Ooh.
I would like to pick the other henchman up above my head and throw him through the bar,
Okay.
over the bar, sort of thing. Okay, so for it to work, basically, I lose a luck point, spend a luck point. First of all, I need to hit and cause damage as normal. So I'm assuming this would be unarmed, which would be 1d2. Then I need to make a luck check, modified at the GM's discretion. So essentially, I need to pick the effect that I want. I want this guy to be knocked out after I do this.
Cool.
Yeah.
Roll me them damage.
So-
roll me to hit
Roll
first.
to
and then-
attack. 14 this time.
That'll hit.
Excellent. Then I need to roll under my luck, which is 12. And I rolled an 11.
Ooh.
So I spend a luck point and I want to pick this guy up over my head, throwing him behind the bar, knocking him out in the process.
Okay.
This is the other henchman.
Yeah, I figured the one that's not already knocked out.
Yeah, I'll roll some damage, which is 1. So 6 damage. And he is knocked out, I guess.
Major exploits cannot instantly kill or incapacitate a single target unless the target's hit dice are less than the adventurer's level.
Cool. Well, it is. So
Okay.
you're good, and you do.
Excellent.
Nice.
Excellent.
And then I just square up to the posh-looking dude.
Cool.
Stare him right in the eyes.
Who else is got a major success?
Me, but I'm not sure if I want to kill these guys, and I only really have lethal things. So, Elias, if you would like to go, if you have something else, otherwise I'm just going to shoot them.
I will stand up.
Cast a different spell.
No, I'm going to do the exact opposite of that and talk
Oh God.
with my mouth.
No.
It's never happened. He is the
God.
most charismatic.
He's so charismatic, guys. How can it fail?
He's
How
the
can this go
spokesperson
wrong?
of this group. That tells you all you need to know about the group.
There seems to be a misunderstanding here, and I don't think we need to shed any more blood. As you can see, we are quite proficient in kicking your asses, so I suggest you leave immediately. I'm directing this at the one guy that's left, obviously.
I figured. Oh,
Makes sense.
do you? You suggest that, do you?
I do. As you can see, my large friend here has dealt with the underlings, and we have two very skilled fighters who are going to react very quickly after I finish this sentence.
How do you guys
Love it.
react?
I just pull back on my bowstring.
And I'm not allowed to go yet because I got a failure. So
Cool. I'm
I'm sort of just paying attention and listening. I haven't done anything yet.
I'm just reading something. Oh, I don't know what to do.
I mean, I could do a charisma check.
Yeah, do a charisma check.
Do a charisma check. Go on, John. You can do it.
Can you
Oh,
get some
fuck.
sort of plus because I've just kind of like staring him out?
His
And knocked out
charisma's-
two dudes.
I mean, can I have
Charisma's so bad
advantage?
that if he
Because-
if he fails, he has to roll on the dark and dangerous magic.
Here goes. No.
I mean, it was
What
going to be
did
pretty
you
hard
roll?
for you to do that, to be fair, yeah.
It's just I rolled a 7,
Oh, so close.
close.
which is a terrible failure.
But you had to get under a 5. How is that possible?
Yeah, but terrible failures, obviously.
Half
Half
rounded
Half as
up.
much again.
Yeah.
So, Nyla, if you're not going to
yeah.
actually shoot this guy,
Oh wait, I was waiting to see what John did. Sorry, what Elias did before I made a decision on to harm this man. Can I choose to shoot him like in the leg, non-fatally?
yes, you can.
I think that'd be an exploit, wasn't it, or something?
Yeah.
Would that be an
Um,
exploit?
You can
Yeah.
you can choose to do non-lethal damage.
With a
Usually the
ranged
way.
weapon? I'll choose to do non-lethal then. I think that's probably.
Yeah.
Put an arrow with a cork on it. Fire that at their heads.
Yeah, I get out my cork arrow. You know, those things I carry around. That's just a 12 though to hit.
Does it go to the defender or the attacker?
So if 12 is his AC, it hits.
It is, yeah.
Attacker.
It hits there.
Oh wow. Okay, perfect. In which case I'm gonna do sharpshooter. So I'll make a perception check, which I pass. So I do maximum damage, which
Mhm.
is 10 plus half my level, is it? So 11.
Plus you.
I do crit basically.
Yeah, so it's max damage plus half your level.
Yeah, so 11.
Nice.
Cool. It's his go. He kind of looks at this arrow sticking out of his shoulder. And he says, the This don't end here. I hope you know that.
See you later, sweetheart.
I just shake a fist at him.
Yeah, and he kind of just fucks off.
I'll chuck the other two guys out of the bar as well.
I suggest we collect our belongings and leave this place.
Isn't this place on lockdown till morning?
We can.
It's fun to that, isn't it?
The town is, but the inn isn't.
Ah,
You
I see.
might want to do a dead or mostly dead check on Pierre.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do we
I
have
do.
to?
Yes, I go and apothecary him, but first do the dead or mostly.
Apothecarize him.
So
Oh yeah, so he makes a single con check.
he succeeds.
He's either dead or not dead.
He's mostly dead.
Yay! Yay! Yay!
Yay.
Yay! Yay!
Yay.
Right? Yay!
He does have a lot
let's
of
see,
injuries and setbacks table.
Give him a cool scar.
It's not some real
He
bad.
suddenly gets a gruff voice.
Yeah.
no,
Oh my god.
he-
Yeah. Damage his vocal box.
He lost an eye.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
That's pretty hard.
Well, it is a cool look.
I mean, it is a cool look, but it's also like that's a lot to deal with.
Oh, wait a second. I need to do a con check to see whether he actually loses the eye or not. And that's not 20. He loses the eye.
Oh fuck.
Savage.
We're doing a really bad job keeping this guy safe.
I give.
I
the,
mean,
I mean, it's
he's
his fault.
alive. He can still see for the most part. Could be
Oh.
worse.
So, what are you guys doing?
give the man
Drinking.
behind the bar 40
Obviously.
gold and apologise for throwing a man through his bar.
He'll refuse the gold and just say, I don't want you staying here. Please leave.
Yeah, I think we should do that anyway.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right.
Let's grab our stuff and get out.
Let's grab our stuff. We'll take Pierre. We'll head out.